Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Hokage, Nine-Faced Beast, Kill Through the Ninja World. Chapter 1. Konoha Village, inside an apartment. A boy of about 10 years old stood in front of the mirror, looking at his scarlet eyes. Above the scarlet were two black Magatama stones. This is the limit of blood inheritance for the Uchiha clan. Sharingan. 2 Tomo Sharingan. But unlike the Uchiha clan, the boy's hair is silver white, while the Uchiha clan's hair is black. His name is Uchiha Leang, and his father is from the Uchiha clan. And his mother is from the Senju clan. He is a forbidden combination, ostracized by Uchiha and not accepted by Senju. Originally, Leang still lived with his parents in the Uchiha tribe, because Leang's father, Uchiha Pingchuan, owned 3 Tomo Sharingan and was at the forefront of the tribe. After his father died in the war 5 years ago, Leang and his mother were driven out of the Uchiha tribe and could only live in a small apartment. Not long ago, Leang's mother also died while performing a mission. When Leang learned this bad news, he awakened 2 Tomo Sharingan in grief. Only he knew this. After his mother died, apart from a small pension and some money that often appeared at his door for no reason, Leang had no source of income. Fortunately, his mother and Tsunade had a close relationship. After Leang's mother passed away, Tsunade often helped him in various aspects. Tsunade once wanted to bring Leang to the Senju tribe, but was strongly opposed by other members of the Senju tribe. So Tsunade could only visit Leang more and let his younger brother Senju Nawaki have more contact with Leang. The death of his parents made Leang even more certain that in the world of Hokage, lack of strength is absolutely impossible. It's time to go to school. If I pass today's graduation exam, I can go out of the village to practice. Leang turned off Sharingan, put on his coat and walked out of the apartment. Today is their graduation exam. If you pass the exam, you can become a genin and go out to do tasks. Leang is not worried that after becoming a genin, he will only receive some miscellaneous D-level missions, because this era is in the midst of the Second Ninja War. Soon, Konoha will send the genins who have just graduated from the ninja school to various battlefields due to the tight war situation. Leang was not worried that he would die on the battlefield. The battlefield is the best training ground, and Leang can quickly improve his strength in the war. If he died on the battlefield, it would mean that he was nothing more than that. Leang feels that although participating in the war is dangerous, the rewards outweigh the risks. Moreover, Leang has the confidence to participate in the war. First, it's because of Leang's bloodline. The 2 Tomo Sharingan has awakened, and Lee, who also has the Senju bloodline, might be able to awaken the Sage body. Even without Sage body, Leang's Senju family physique is definitely stronger than most people. As for the second reason, when Leang traveled to the world of Hokage, he felt something in his mind. After Leang practiced chakra, he finally knew what was in his mind. In Leang's spiritual world, there is a stone statue that looks exactly like him. The stone statue sits cross-legged, holding a white orb and a black orb in both hands. After Leang awakened the 2 Tomo Sharingan, the stone statue's eyes also changed into the appearance of the Sharingan. At the same time, there are 9 floating characters on the back of the stone statue, namely Jade, 3, South, North, Sky, Green, White, Zu and Zan. Black chakra flows around the 9 characters, and the stone statue also contains this chakra. Leang recognized at a glance that this was the 9-faced beast belonging to Uzumaki Menma in the Road of Ninja, corresponding to Fairy, Shinigami, Beidou Sage, Nando Sage, Golden Snake, Blue Dragon, White Tiger, Suzaku and Black Tortoise. Although he didn't know why he was able to possess the 9-faced beasts, they were undoubtedly powerful and could become Lee's trump card. However, currently only the word, empty, is lit, and the words corresponding to other 9-faced beasts are still gray. In other words, Leang can only summon the golden snake corresponding to Kong Chen now, but other 9-faced beasts cannot summon yet. As for the power that the stone statue brings to Leang, it absorbs chakra or other powers, such as eye power. However, Leang can only absorb pure chakra and cannot absorb ninjutsu. Also, there is the dark chakra contained within the stone statue. The amount of chakra of these dark chakras is the same as the amount of one's own chakra, but it seems that one can also release the dark chakra and use it. In other words, Leang has double the chakra. But Li Feng still doesn't know what they are specifically about the two orbs in the hands of the stone statue. Not long after walking, Li Feng arrived at the ninja school. Many students are sent here by their parents, so Li Feng seems very deserted. But there is another person who gets the same treatment as Li Feng. The future fourth Hokage, Namikaze Minato. Li Feng. With a warm smile on his face, Minato came to Li Feng and walked side by side with him. Also an orphan, Minato became good friends with Li Feng. And they are also the two strongest students in this ninja school. Li Feng's grades are higher than Minato, so he is the first in the school and Minato is second. But Li Feng naturally hid his strength, and Sharingan never used it. He didn't want to be exposed to the sight of the third Hokage, Danzo, and Uchiha yet. If they knew that they had activated the Umagatama Sharingan, they would definitely bring themselves a lot of trouble. There is a high probability that Uchiha will recruit him to return to his clan. After all, although he is not a top genius when he opened the second Magatama at the age of 12, he is still better than many clan members. After all, Li Feng has never deliberately practiced Sharingan since he was a child, and Umagatama also opened his eyes when his mother passed away. Sarutobi Hiruzen may not take any action, but Danzo will definitely ask him for someone to join the route. Li Feng didn't want to return to Uchiha, nor did he want to join the roots, so he chose to hide. Entering the ninja school, Li Feng and Minato came to the examination room, where all students preparing for the graduation examination gathered. The examiner stood before them, and behind the teacher stood 10 genin. Kushina. Minato saw a flash of red and smiled and waved to the girl. Ha! Kushina glanced back at Minato and Li Feng, then snorted and turned back. This made Minato feel a little embarrassed. When Kushina was bullied by students before, Minato and Li Feng did not help. Minato has been paying attention to Kushina from the sidelines and has not taken any action, while Li Feng has not even glanced at her. So Kushina's attitude towards Minato and Li Feng is not very good, but it is much better than other students who bullied her. Your graduation test is to compete against genin who has already graduated. The examiner said at this time, attracting everyone's attention. As long as you can survive genin for 10 minutes, you will be qualified to graduate. After graduation, you will be led by Jonin to form a team of 4. The examiner paused and continued, Jonin will lead the team this time with many famous ninjas. I hope you can perform well. Oh, the students were all enthusiastic and well prepared for the assessment. Li Feng, I heard that the Jonin leading the team this time include Lord Jiraiya and Lord Tsunade who have long been famous on the battlefield. Minato whispered to Li Feng at this time, whose student do you want to be? Me. Li Feng scratched his head. Tsunade has said before that after Li Feng successfully graduates, she will find third Hokage and assign Li Feng to her team. So after graduation, Li Feng will probably become a student of Tsunade. I can do that, what about you? Although Li Feng already knew that Minato would be assigned to Jiraiya's team, he still asked symbolically. Actually, I don't know, but I heard in Sanin that Tsunade-sama is a bit violent, and Orochimaru-sama looks sinister. It seems that Jiraiya-sama is my best choice. Hearing what Minato said, Li Feng couldn't help but nodded. Li Feng has personally experienced the violence of Tsunade. One time Tsunade drank too much and fell asleep on the table. Li Feng took his coat and tried to cover Tsunade, but accidentally touched the smooth back of Tsunade's neck. After drinking too much, Tsunade stood up suddenly and punched Li Feng in the face. The punch sent Li Feng flying out, smashed the window and fell to the ground outside the house. Thinking of this, Li Feng touched his cheek, and it seemed that there was still a dull pain there. Fortunately, Tsunade didn't use much force. If he had used the force that he used to break Jiraiya's ribs with one punch, Li Feng wouldn't be standing here chatting with Minato. The next person whose name I call will come forward for the assessment. Senju Nawaki, Akamaiki Yoshimaru, Uzumaki Kushina. The examiner called the names of 10 people in a row, but Li Feng and Minato were not among them. Kushina, be careful. Minato stopped Kushina and said something before Kushina came on the stage. Yeah, Kushina was stunned for a moment, then responded and turned to walk towards one of the genin. Why are you acting like a licking dog? Li Feng couldn't help but tease Minato when he saw him like this. Ah, what is dog licking? Minato had never heard of this word, but he always felt that it was not a good word. Nothing. Li Feng shook his head. Li Feng, watch carefully, I will definitely pass the test and become a genin. Senju Nawaki came from behind and put his hand on Li Feng's shoulder and said. Since Tsunade asked Nawaki to spend more time with Li Feng, Nawaki often comes to Li Feng for discussion. It's just that Nawaki was beaten by Li Feng every time and never defeated Li Feng. But Nawaki is still full of motivation and hopes that he can surpass Li Feng in some aspects. Well, I believe you. Li Feng patted Nawaki on the back and motioned for him to take the assessment quickly. Although Nawaki has always lost to Li Feng, as the grandson of the ninja god Senju Hashirama and the biological brother of Princess Katsuyu Tsunade Haim, Nawaki's talent is stronger than ordinary people, and he can still hold on for 10 minutes in Genin's hands. The assessment begins. As the examiner's voice sounded, 10 students and 10 genin began to fight. 10 minutes later, 4 students, including Nawaki and Kushina, passed the assessment, while the other 6 students lost to genin within 10 minutes. Senju Nawaki, Uzumaki Kushina, Akamaiki Yoshimaru, and Inuzuka passed the assessment. The others were eliminated. 10 genin will rest for half an hour, and then the second round of assessment will begin. The list of past candidates was announced, and the examiner distributed forehead protectors to the 4 people on the spot. Ha ha ha, Li Feng, I passed. Nawaki ran to Li Feng and showed off his forehead protector to Li Feng. Look over there, it's Master Orochimaru and the others. Someone said something, and everyone looked towards the edge of the examination room. I saw Jiraiya, Tsunade and Orochimaru standing in the corner, watching all this silently. As expected of your brother, Tsunade. Jiraiya looked at Nawaki who passed the test and flattered Tsunade. HMPH, if that boy Nawaki fails even the graduation exam, I won't let him enter my house. Then, Tsunade looked at Li Feng who was standing with Nawaki. Tsunade is aware of the strength of his younger brother Nawaki. After all, when Tsunade does not go to the battlefield, Nawaki stays under Tsunade's nose every day. But Li Feng often goes outside to practice by himself. Tsunade has never seen Li Feng take action except to observe the competition between Li Feng and Nawaki. So Tsunade has some expectations about how far Li Feng can achieve compared to Nawaki. The combination of Uchiha and Senju is interesting. Orochimaru also stared at Li Feng, his long tongue licking his lips involuntarily. Orochimaru, if you look at Li Feng like that again, I will pull your tongue out of your mouth. Tsunade said angrily to Orochimaru. At present, Orochimaru has not started human research. Tsunade only thinks that Orochimaru wants to accept Li Feng as a student. Hearing what Tsunade said, Orochimaru obediently put his tongue back into his mouth. Others might just be joking, but Tsunade might actually do it. Namikaze Minato, Uchiha Li Feng, Sarutobi Shinosuke, Inuzuka Claw. It's our turn. Li Feng and Minato walked forward and each stood in front of a genin. The assessment begins. As soon as the examiner's voice fell, Genin, whom Li Feng was fighting, took out a kunai from his ninja bag and quickly threw it at Li Feng's forehead. It is impossible for a student who is about to graduate to avoid such a kunai. Li Feng turned his head and dodged easily, then used his feet to run towards Genin. It's too careless to run towards me like this. Genin laughed and was already ready to eliminate Li Feng. At this time, Li Feng took out 2 shurikens from his ninja bag, and threw them at Genin together with the shuriken hidden in the palm of his other hand. Genin calmly deflected the first shuriken with his kunai, and prepared to deflect the second shuriken with his backhand. At the same time, Genin felt that Li Feng was too bad, and he just threw 3 shurikens. Dang! Genin flicked the second shuriken. But at this moment, the third shuriken that had been fired in front of Genin suddenly turned into a cloud of smoke and turned into Li Feng. Nani! Genin's eyes widened, but his fighting instinct still made him lift his kunai and slash it towards Li Feng's throat. After reacting, Genin felt relieved again. Although Li Feng suddenly did something like this, as long as the kunai in his hand stopped 1 centimeter in front of Li Feng's throat, he would be considered a winner. But as everyone knows, this plays into Li Feng's plan. Got it! Li Feng shouted. His left hand instantly grabbed Genin's kunai wrist, and his right hand hit Genin's elbow hard. Ah! Genin wailed in pain, and the severe pain in his arm made him involuntarily let go of his hand. Li Feng used his left hand to release Genin's wrist and grab the kunai in the air, and used his right hand to push Genin to the ground. Holding back the pain, Genin wanted to break free from Li Feng's right hand and stand up, but when he raised his head, he saw the pitch-black kunai in front of him, with the tip glowing with a trace of white light in the sunlight. "Senior, you lose." Li Feng grinned. Hearing Li Feng's words, Genin was stunned for a moment. "I lost. Lost to students who haven't graduated yet." At the same time, Genin also realized that Uchiha Li Feng is a genius. "It's really wonderful," Orochimaru praised without hesitation, for being able to come up with such a fighting method in the graduation examination. Uchiha Li Feng is really a natural ninja. Use the clone technique in advance, and then use the transformation technique to turn yourself into a shuriken. Ha 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 ha, why didn't I think of this trick when I faced the old man's assessment? Jiraiya said with a laugh, and then became a little serious, and it uses shadow clone, which the genins and students probably can't tell. Sister Shuena's son is indeed outstanding. The sister Shuena mentioned by Tsunade is Li Feng's mother, Senju Shuena. Or called Uchiha Yukina. That kid Nawaki, no wonder he keeps losing to Li Feng. Tsunade also understood the gap between Nawaki and Li Feng at this moment. "Tsunade, did you give Uchiha Li Feng shadow clone the training method?" Jiraiya asked at this time. "No, Li Feng's parents left him many ninjutsus, including shadow clone. Although shadow clone is very popular in Konoha, Genin generally does not have access to shadow clone training methods." In the examination room, the examiner looked at Li Feng, who was pressing Genin to the ground, and had forgotten to announce the result. Or maybe, I don't know what to say. In the past, students who passed the exam only announced the results after 10 minutes of fighting with Genin. Now what makes the examiner a little dumbfounded is that this guy Uchiha Li Feng, in less than a minute. No, in less than 10 seconds, he actually defeated Genin, who had already graduated. So, Uchiha Li Feng, at least has the strength of Chunin. Uchiha Li Feng passed the assessment. Hearing this, Li Feng released his grip on Genin's arm and stood up, casually putting the kunai into his ninja bag. "Well, now that the thing is in your hands, there's no reason to give it back. The assessment is simpler than I thought." In this assessment, Li Feng did not use Sharingan, let alone the nine-faced beast and the dark chakra. He kept his trump card and showed his talent to everyone. It is necessary to retain some trump cards, but there are some things that Li Feng needs to show. In this way, Li Feng can get more opportunities in the future. At this time, in the Hokage building, Sarutobi Hiruzen, wearing a Hokage hat and a god robe, was looking at the crystal ball in his hand attentively. The scene in the crystal ball was exactly the scene where Li Feng easily defeated Genin. This is Sarutobi Hiruzen's telescope technique. On his side, stood the root leader, Shimura Danzo. "Tisk, tisk, you knocked down that Genin without using other ninjutsu. Uchiha Li Feng's talent is really not low." Danzo clicked his tongue, a trace of greed flashed in his eyes. "Hiruzen, give him to me, I'll train him to be a useful tool." "Danzo, don't think that I don't know your little thoughts." Sarutobi Hiruzen's voice became cold. "Do you think I don't know that you sent Genbu to monitor Uchiha Li Feng? Don't think you are the only one who knows that Uchiha Li Feng has awakened Sharingan." Hearing Sarutobi Hiruzen's words, Danzo's body couldn't help but tremble. But Danzo soon recovered. Danzo has the ability to monitor Uchiha Li Feng. As a Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen has no way of knowing. Has Uchiha Li Feng awakened Sharingan? After Senju Yukino left the Uchiha tribe with Li Feng, Danzo sent his roots to monitor Li Feng. How could Danzo, the only Uchiha tribesman outside the tribe, have no idea? "Hiruzen, you have to think clearly. Danzo is not ready to give up yet. Uchiha Li Feng knows how to hide himself at such a young age. Are you sure you can control such a person in the future?" "It goes without saying, Danzo." Sarutobi Hiruzen's attitude was very firm. "I won't give it to you Uchiha Li Feng, so stop wishing." Sarutobi Hiruzen has no Uchiha family members under his command, and he also wants to train Uchiha Li Feng into his own people. Sharingan can play a big role sometimes, even if it's not Mangekyo. At this time, the two people's eyes were attracted by the picture in the crystal ball. Namikaze Minato, who only had blonde hair, also defeated the genin opposite him in a few words. Hiruzen, since you won't give me Uchiha Leang, then you have to give me this blonde boy, right? Danzo had another idea for Minato. Although this blonde boy is a commoner and has no bloodline limit, the talent he displays is also top-notch. Impossible. Sarutobi Hiruzen flatly refused. Hiruzen, you. Shut up, Danzo. I'm the Hokage. Danzo was about to say something, but was interrupted directly by Sarutobi Hiruzen. You are very good. Danzo was so angry that he slammed the door and walked out. Since you didn't give it to me, don't blame me for doing it myself, Hiruzen. After leaving the Hokage building, Danzo's eyes were a little dangerous. In the graduation examination, the examiner numbly announced that Namikaze Minato had passed the examination. All the students who passed the examination in previous years had survived 10 minutes in Genin's hands. Further forward, there are the now famous Konoha's White Fang Hataki Tsukumo, and Orochimaru, one of the Sannin, who passed the test after defeating Genin. Now, under his nose, there are actually 2 students who have passed the examination, and they are from the same class. Li Feng, I was a little slower than you. Minato put the forehead protector on his forehead, walked to Li Feng and said with a smile. Hearing Minato's words, Li Feng smiled silently. Minato, who trained as Flying Thunder God many years later, is the fastest. Both Nawaki and Li Feng have passed the examination. I'll leave first. Tsunade saw that both Li Feng and Nawaki had passed successfully, so he stopped staying. Tsunade, wait for me. Jiraiya also left immediately. Orochimaru is still standing in the corner. He wants to see how far others can do it and whether there will be another genius like Li Feng Minato. As for Li Feng and Minato, who had passed the examination and received forehead protectors, there was no need to stay in the examination room anymore. They left the school directly. You only need to come to school to separate classes the next day. Li Feng, where is your strength now? Minato asked Li Feng curiously while walking on the road. Minato often sparred with Li Feng before, and most of the time it ended in a draw. There were also times when Li Feng won. I'm just 100 million better than you. Li Feng spread his hands. Fight with me again, Li Feng. Minato's eyes were serious, and he clenched his fists and said to Li Feng. You sure? Li Feng doesn't know where Minato got the confidence to challenge him again. Until now, he has never won a game for Shisui, just like Nawaki. And Li Feng still defeated Minato without using Sharingan, adding a little more water. Well, I'm getting stronger too, and I want to see if I can beat you this time. Minato's tone revealed a sense of confidence. Oh, then come to the training ground. If Minato wants to be beaten, Li Feng will definitely not refuse. Not everyone has the opportunity to torture the future 4th Hokage. So the 2 of them changed directions and headed to the remote training ground. Li Feng, you are from the Uchiha clan. Have you awakened Sharingan? You guess. Li Feng did not deny it. Regarding Minato, Li Feng thought it was better not to hide it. If Minato deliberately concealed it, Minato would feel a little uncomfortable. After all, Minato regarded Li Feng as his best friend. Moreover, Li Feng also trusts Minato very much. He is absolutely sure that Minato will not reveal his secrets. Looking at Li Feng's look, Minato had already determined the answer. Li Feng, your eyes are open. Minato was unsure whether he could beat Li Feng. Although his strength has improved a lot, Li Feng had never used Sharingan before when he was sparring with Li Feng. Now if Li Feng starts a battle between Sharingan and Minato, Minato is not sure whether he can win. It seems that it's not just me who is making progress. Li Feng, you are really a monster. Each other. Li Feng rolled his eyes. Minato still has the nerve to talk about himself. Who is a good guy who just graduated and can take down 3 Cloud Shinobi with his bare hands? Li Feng, who knows the plot well, knows that soon, Cloud Shinobi Village will send ninjas to kidnap Kushina. And Minato, a genin who just graduated, can easily kill 3 Cloud Shinobi alone. What the hell is this, not a monster? The ninja sent to kidnap Jinchuriki couldn't be genin, right? The weakest one has to be Chunin. The only one who can rival Minato at this time is Kakashi, a 12-year-old jonin. Moreover, Kakashi graduated at the age of 6 and has already been practicing for 6 years. Minato had just graduated. Apart from sparring with Li Feng, he had never experienced any decent battles. There's no comparison. As a commoner, Minato has no blood limit, but his talent is stronger than most of the family ninjas. Just when the two of them reached a remote place, a ninja wearing an Anbu mask suddenly landed in front of them. Uchiha Leang, Namikaze Minato, come with me. A cold voice came from Anbu's ninja mask. Li Fang's eyes were full of vigilance. He took a half step back and took out a kunai from his ninja bag, holding it in front of his chest. Minato was stunned. Isn't the person in front of him Anbu? Why did Li Fang react so strongly? The young Minato didn't know the existence of roots, let alone the darkness of roots. Danzo is targeting me. Li Fang stared at the ninja in front of him and thought to himself. Although the ninja in front of him was dressed exactly like the Anbu ninja, Li Fang knew in his heart that this was not Anbu affiliated with Hokage, but Danzo's private soldier Genbu. If the third Hokage wants to see him, just let the Anbu ninja explain it directly and the Hokage can summon him. The guy in front of him said nothing and asked Li Fang and Minato to go with him, allowing Li Fang to confirm the identity of this person in his mind. As for what Danzo wants to do, or they just want to recruit themselves into the root and cultivate themselves into an inhuman tool. Or, just want to get your own Sharingan. But Li Fang didn't expect that Minato would also be targeted by Danzo. Put away the kunai, do you want to disobey me? The root ninja said with some anger in his voice, and his right hand had already been placed on the handle of the knife. He didn't expect that a kid would dare to take out a kunai on him. Whose life? If you don't tell me clearly, I will treat you as an enemy spy. Li Fang said, and he looked at Minato out of the corner of his eye. Minato also reached for the ninja tool bag on his waist at this time. He knew that since Li Fang reacted like this, the person in front of him was definitely not a simple Anbu. Minato also saw the action of the root ninja putting his hand on the handle of the knife just now. Which Anbu would do such a thing in the village? Killing two children just because they disagree. Hokage assists Lord Danzo, summoning you too. The root ninja was almost out of patience. Master Danzo has told us that as long as these two brats are not killed, any method can be used to bring them back. What the hell, I don't know you. Li Fang snorted coldly. It is absolutely impossible for him to go to the root. Even if he and Minato fight to kill this root ninja, Li Fang will never go with him. When the time comes, just tell the third Hokage that this guy will assassinate both of them. Just in self-defense, what can Danzo say? And Danzo must be doing this behind third Hokage's back. Let's not talk about Li Fang, let's talk about Namikaze Minato. It is absolutely impossible for third generation to let Danzo get him. So even if Li Fang and Minato kill this root, third generation will probably protect them both. At this time, the root ninja's patience was completely exhausted, and he directly pulled out the short sword from his waist and slashed at Li Fang. When Li Fang used his kunai to resist with quick eyesight and quick hands, but the power from short sword made Li Fang's arm numb. Li Fang, who blocked the ninja's sword at the base, quickly stepped back and distanced himself from Li Fang, then threw away the kunai and quickly formed seals with both hands. Fire-style Great Fireball Technique. Li Fang spit out a fireball with a diameter of 7 or 8 meters from his mouth. The heat wave generated by the fireball made Li Fang's collar whistle. Li Fang has already learned the Great Fireball Technique, and his years of practice have made him perfect in the use of the Great Fireball. Wind-style Great Breakthrough. Minato was already prepared here, breathing out strong winds from his mouth to make Li Fang's Great Fireball even more powerful. The root ninja was also a little shocked at the cooperation between the two, but the Great Fireball was almost touching his face, so he quickly formed seals with his hands, squatted down and slapped the ground. Earth-style wall. A thick earth wall instantly rose from the ground in front of the root ninja. Boom. The next second, the ferocious fire hit the earth wall hard, and the ninja could feel the scorching temperature through the root of the wall. After holding on for a few seconds, the earthen wall suddenly collapsed. The surroundings were instantly filled with smoke and dust. Is it solved? Minato stared at the direction of the collapse of the earth flow wall, still not daring to take it lightly. No, be careful, but Li Fang has already activated Sharingan at this time. His blood-red eyes kept scanning the surroundings, holding the kunai he had just picked up tightly in his hand. Now is no longer the time to hide. The strength of this root ninja is still unknown, and Li Fang doesn't know if there are any enemies in the dark, so he must not be negligent. Since Danzo is extremely eager to get himself to the root, he probably already knows about Li Feng's awakening of Sharingan. Sometimes when practicing, Li Feng will indeed activate Sharingan and practice it together with his pupil power. Maybe it was at that time that he was discovered by the roots. Sharingan can be exposed if forced to do so, but the nine-faced beast must not be known to others at the moment. Li Feng's father, Uchiha Yao, had a summoning beast during his lifetime, and his mother, Senju Yukina, did not have a summoning beast. Konoha's top brass knew this. Now that I have released the nine-faced beast, I can't explain it at all. This is double Magatama. Minato was slightly stunned when he saw the blood red in Li Feng's eyes. As expected of Li Feng. At this moment, Minato smiled bitterly in his heart. Coming, Li Feng shouted, turned sideways, and stabbed the kunai in front of his original position. This set of movements was smooth, and the speed was so fast that he didn't look like a student in a ninja school. PFF. I saw Li Feng's kunai piercing the shoulder of the root ninja, but the root ninja's knife stabbed nothing. Such a quick response. Sharingan. The root ninja seemed to feel no pain, and he made no sound as blood spurted out from the wound. At this time, Minato's attack had also struck, and the kunai in his hand stabbed the root ninja in the back. Then the root ninja kicked Li Feng, and Li Feng quickly let go of the kunai and retreated. Facing the attacking Minato, the root ninja disappeared in an instant. Minato, watch your back, Li Feng suddenly reminded. Hearing Li Feng's voice, Minato rushed aside. Boom. But the root ninja suddenly appeared at Minato's original position and punched the ground. What's going on? You can't even handle two brats. The root ninja spoke, but his voice was different from the one just now. This is not the same person. Li Feng is facing a powerful enemy. He and Minato can almost defeat a root ninja, but it is difficult to face two of them head-on. I was careless. The root ninja from before also appeared in front of Li Feng, not caring about the wound on his shoulder. Resolve it quickly. It will not end well if the Hokage finds out. Good. The two root ninjas made a quick decision and rushed towards Minato, who had just climbed up. At this time, a figure stood in front of Minato. He was also wearing Anbu's clothes. As soon as the root ninja saw the person blocking Minato, he immediately stopped and took a few steps back. They must be so afraid because they know the identity of the person in front of them. Go back, I will report the truth to Master Hokage about the root's actions. Anbu said coldly. Withdraw. The two root ninjas stopped lingering and disappeared directly here. By observing Anbu's hair color and weapons, Li Feng also guessed his identity. Silver hair, short sword on the back. Obviously, he is Konoha's White Fang, Hataki Tsukumo. Captain Anbu, Kakashi's father. You two, are you okay? Hataki Tsukumo turned to look at Minato and Li Feng. It's okay, thank you, senior. Li Feng and Minato said in unison. It's okay. Master Hokage wants to see you too. Come with me. Hataki Tsukumo's tone was not like the previous root ninja, his voice was gentler. Li Feng, isn't this a trap by them? Minato approached Li Feng and asked quietly. Minato was afraid that this was a scene that he directed and acted himself. Don't worry Minato, this senior is a serious Anbu. Li Feng was dumbfounded, and Minato was too cautious. As a cage-level expert, Hataki Tsukumo naturally heard Minato's whisper. Thinking that he was regarded as a ninja by Minato, Hataki Tsukumo couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth. If I were the root, I would have just knocked you unconscious and taken you away. After Hataki Tsukumo finished speaking, he walked directly towards the back. Don't worry and follow me. After Hataki finished speaking, Li Feng followed. Minato saw Li Feng following Tsukumo Hataki, so he also caught up with them. Soon after, Li Feng and Minato were brought to the Hokage building by Tsukumo. I've met Lord Hokage. Li Feng and Minato saluted the third Hokage at the same time. Ha ha ha, kids don't need to be polite, just relax. Sarutobi Hiruzen had no airs about being a Hokage at this time, just like a kind uncle. Minato, Li Feng, your excellent performance in the graduation examination really shocked me. Sarutobi Hiruzen stroked the goatee on his chin and smiled. The school has not seen a genius like you two for a long time. Quote. I hope you can carry the will of fire passed down from generation to generation by us Konoha shinobi. Yes, this is to brainwash them. Li Feng was not touched by Sarutobi Hiruzen's brainwashing, but Minato was excited to hear it. By the way, I almost forgot about the real thing. I feel deeply guilty about the attack on you today. I blame some people for being too indulgent. Sarutobi Hiruzen mentioned the interception of the two people today. He also admitted sideways that the people who attacked Li Feng and Minato were from Konoha. Sarutobi Hiruzen felt that he could not hide this, because Li Feng and Minato would know the existence of the roots sooner or later. As compensation, each of you can choose a B-level or C-level ninjutsu to learn. Shang, take them to choose ninjutsu. Later, an Anbu appeared here, bowed to Sarutobi Hiruzen, and took Li Feng and Minato to choose ninjutsu. Tsukumo, what do you think of these two children? After Li Feng and Minato Li Feng opened, Sarutobi Hiruzen walked to the window, looked at the scenery outside and said, "Excellent talent, careful thinking, and calmness when encountering difficulties, he is a good candidate to become Anbu." Tsukumo gave a high evaluation. Well, Uchiha Li Feng is indeed a good candidate to join Anbu, and Anbu should indeed have members from Uchiha join. Sarutobi Hiruzen paused and continued, but Namikaze Minato's personality is more suitable for activities in the open. Light and dark can contribute to Konoha to the greatest extent. Danzo, he stretched his hand too far this time. A sharp look flashed in Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes. Ever since Li Feng and Minato left school, Sarutobi Hiruzen has been observing them with the telescope technique. So Li Feng and Minato were intercepted at the route. Sarutobi Hiruzen also learned about it immediately, and sent Hataki Tsukumo, who happened to come to him to report on the mission, to personally protect the two and bring them over. It seems it's time to suppress this old guy. At the same time, the root side. The two root ninjas failed to complete their mission and returned to Danzo empty-handed. I asked you to bring two brats here, but you can't complete the task. Danzo's expression was gloomy and scary. Master Danzo, this subordinate is incompetent, please punish me. The two roots said at the same time. As inhuman tools, they will not find reasons to excuse themselves. First, let's talk about why we couldn't bring those two brats back. Danzo knew that they must have encountered some problem if they didn't complete the task. Yes, Master Danzo. One of them spoke up. Wei and I decided at that time that I would intercept the two brats and not keep a vigil around them to avoid attracting others' attention. But those two brats are far more powerful than genin. The two of them can probably kill me together. I am also worried about their lives, and I have been unable to defeat them. We came over later. We were already going to catch those two brats, but Captain Anbu suddenly appeared, so we had to give up the mission. Lord Danzo, please punish me. Forget it, you will continue to monitor Uchiha Li Feng from tomorrow, but don't act without my order. Danzo gave up punishing the two. Thank you, Lord Danzo. The two thanked Danzo for his unpunished kindness, and then disappeared. The two of them working together can actually make Ryosuke feel dangerous. Danzo was lost in thought. Although Ryosuke's strength is not strong at the core, it is still a special Jonin level. And Uchiha Li Feng and Namikaze Minato are just two brats who have just passed the graduation exam, how can they threaten a special Jonin? Doesn't that mean that the strength of the two of them is at least Chunin's level? Namikaze Minato, forget it, but Uchiha Li Feng must be used for me. Danzo clenched his right hand, as if Uchiha Li Feng was in the palm of his hand. As for Li Feng and Minato, they have already chosen the ninjutsu they want. Minato chose the B-level wind-style vacuum wave, while Li Feng chose the B-level fire-style fire dragon flame bullet. Although Li Feng's parents left him a lot of ninjutsu, even Minato's wind-style great breakthrough was a training method given to him by Li Feng. But Li Feng's father Uchiha Yao did not master the powerful ninjutsu of Fire Dragon Flame Bomb. Fire Dragon Flame Bullet is a fire-style ninjutsu that Sarutobi Hiruzen is good at. The destructive power of this ninjutsu in the hands of Sarutobi Hiruzen exceeds that of A-level ninjutsu. It is considered a relatively powerful ninjutsu. When Li Feng and Minato left the Hokage building, the sun was already high above their heads. It's time for lunch. Li Feng raised his hand to block the dazzling sunlight and narrowed his eyes slightly. Let's go, Ichiraku Ramen, I'm treating you. Minato invited Li Feng at this time. Then I'll have to kill you, Li Feng said as he and Minato walked towards the direction of Ichiraku Ramen. That being said, Li Feng certainly won't let Minato spend any more money. Minato, whose parents have died and was born in a humble background, has yet to bulge his wallet. Moreover, Li Feng's appetite is not big, and a bowl of ramen is enough. After Li Feng and Minato left, Tsunade came to the Hokage building and went straight to the Hokage office. Squeak. Tsunade opened the door directly, causing Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was smoking, to choke. Ahem. What's the matter, Tsunade? Remember to knock on the door first next time. Sarutobi Hiruzen rubbed his temples. He really couldn't cope with Tsunade's character. Old man, assign Nawaki and Li Feng to my team. Tsunade got straight to the point and explained his purpose directly. She felt that Sarutobi Hiruzen, as her teacher, would not refuse to agree to this trivial matter. So you did it for this. Sarutobi Hiruzen put down his pipe, picked up his teacup and took a sip. Honestly, Tsunade, Nawaki and Uchiha Li Feng, neither are the best choices to join your team. Sarutobi Hiruzen shook his head. Old man, what do you mean? Tsunade slapped his hand on the desk, shaking the files that Sarutobi Hiruzen had not finished processing. Calm down, Tsunade. Sarutobi Hiruzen put down the teacup and smiled helplessly. Then, Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression became serious. Tsunade, I understand where you're coming from. Nawaki is your biological brother, and Uchiha Li Feng is the son of your friend Senju Yukina. It's normal for you to want to protect them. Sarutobi Hiruzen paused and continued, but ninjas can't grow in a greenhouse. I wanted to become a strong man, you must experience the baptism of blood. I'm not a fool, and of course I won't protect them all the time. Tsunade was a little impatient. Of course, she didn't intend to protect Nawaki and Li Feng like babies. She would give them room to grow. That's what it is, but, Tsunade, what can you teach them? You majored in strange power and medical ninjutsu. And Nawaki is currently majoring in water style, and Uchiha Li Feng is majoring in fire style. You can't possibly force them to change their attack methods, right? Sarutobi Hiruzen also knew that Tsunade wanted to take care of Nawaki and Li Feng as much as possible, but Sarutobi Hiruzen saw further, so he chose to reject Tsunade. Although Nawaki's water style is not very powerful, he has been learning the water style ninjutsu left by second Hokage Senju Tobirama since he came into contact with chakra. After all, he has no signs of awakening the wood style yet. If we change to learn strange strength now, wouldn't it be a delay? Not to mention Uchiha Li Feng, although he also has the blood of the Senju clan, there is hope to awaken the sage body, and it is not difficult to learn Tsunade's strange power. But the other half of his bloodline is Uchiha after all. Li Feng has opened 2 Tomo Sharingan, and is also proficient in fire-style ninjutsu. There is absolutely no need to learn strange powers. Nawaki is more suitable to let Orochimaru teach him. As for Uchiha Li Feng, I think letting Jiraiya teach him is the best choice. Sarutobi Hiruzen has already made a decision. Although Jiraiya is not from the Uchiha clan, his use of fire style is no worse than that of the Uchiha clan, and he can better guide Uchiha Li Feng's practice. Besides, I also plan to throw Namikaze Minato to Jiraiya. Uchiha Li Feng and Namikaze Minato's cooperation is excellent. They can suppress a rude ninja. It's perfect for the two of them to work together. In the morning, after Sarutobi Hiruzen sent Hataki Tsukumo to stop the roots, he has been observing Li Feng and Minato with the telescope technique. He was shocked that Li Feng and Minato worked together like ninjas who had been partners for many years. But as far as Sarutobi Hiruzen knows, Li Feng and Minato have had many discussions before, but they have never really cooperated. The first collaboration between the two made people shine. Sarutobi Hiruzen even suspected that the two were born from the same mother. Cooperate, Root. Tsunade raised his eyebrows. Sarutobi Hiruzen stopped as he was about to pick up the teacup. It's over, I spilled the beans. If Tsunade knew about this, Danzo would send people to capture Uchiha Li Feng. With Tsunade's character, he wouldn't be able to tear it apart. It's all my fault for not controlling my mouth. Danzo attacked Li Feng. Tsunade asked loudly, his hands involuntarily exerting strange power. Tsunade, don't be angry yet, listen to me. Sarutobi Hiruzen was really afraid that Tsunade would demolish his Hokage office first. I have asked Tsukumo to drive away those roots. Uchiha Li Feng did not make any mistakes. Sarutobi Hiruzen wanted to calm down Tsunade's mood. I will go to the roots in the afternoon and warn Danzo. Don't act out of anger. Danzo is too brave. Hearing what Sarutobi Hiruzen said, Tsunade felt relieved, but he was still very angry about what Danzo had done. How dare you catch anyone from Konoha in Konoha village, and he's her Tsunade's brother. But Tsunade also knows that she can't attack Danzo casually. If she ignores this, she will tear down Danzo's base no matter how hard Sarutobi Hiruzen stops her. I will handle Danzo's side. Uchiha Leang is considered your brother, and I assigned him to be Jiraiya's student, so he is considered my disciple. It's impossible for me to hand over Uchiha Leang to Danzo, so don't worry. Sarutobi Hiruzen continued to comfort Tsunade. Tsunade is very strong, but currently he is best at accurate shooting, which is much worse than he was as the third Hokage. However, Tsunade is his student, and behind him is the entire Senju clan. Sarutobi Hiruzen can only comfort her. If it were another Jonin who was forcing Lai like this, he wouldn't give it a good look. By the way Tsunade, I don't plan to assign that girl Kushina to any team. You are the director of Konoha Hospital and you went back to Konoha a lot during the war. I hope you can take care of Kushina more when you are in Konoha, and guide her in her practice. Since the death of Uzumaki Mito, Kushina has become the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. In order to prevent Kushina from having an accident, Sarutobi Hiruzen does not plan to let Kushina leave the village to perform tasks for the time being. Kushina, I know, even if Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't say anything, Tsunade would take care of Kushina. After all, since Kushina came to Konoha, her grandmother Uzumaki Mito has been taking care of Kushina, so Tsunade and Kushina have a good relationship. Thinking of this, Tsunade had a headache again. Leang can't always find anyone, but he is strong and sensible, so Tsunade doesn't need to worry too much. But Nawaki is stupid and has not inherited his grandfather's super talent. What if he goes to the battlefield and is tricked to death? Kushina is Nine-Tails Jinchuriki again. Tsunade sighed. He was really heartbroken. Soon the next day came, and Leang arrived at the ninja school on time. There are about 2/3 of the people in the classroom as before, and the other third has failed the graduation exam and needs to retake it. Before everyone arrived, and the teacher hadn't arrived yet, Leang entered his own spiritual world. The stone statue still sat there motionless, but the nine-faced beast behind it lit up again. It is Xuanwu corresponding to Zan. Everyone, calm down. I'm here to explain to you the results of the class placement. The teacher entered the class, silenced all the students, and then began to announce the class placement results. First class, Hyuga Hazashi, Aburame Shiwei, Inazuka Claw. Quote. Class 3, Agawaha, Uzumaki Kushina, Masugi Reiko. Quote. Class 6, Sarutobi Shinosuke, Senju Nawaki, Shiranui Jun. Class 7, Namikaze Minato, Uchiha Leang, Akamaiki Yoshimaru. Hearing this, Leang raised his eyebrows. Minato and Akamaiki Yoshimaru are both students of Jiraiya. This means that his leader Jonin is not Tsunade, but Jiraiya. Strange, didn't Tsunade say that he should be included in his team? Class 10, Nara Shikaku, Yamanaka Haichi, Akamaiki Choza. Okay, that's it. Let's wait for your team leader Jonin to pick you up. After the teacher said that, he hurriedly left the classroom. He still had to manage those students who failed the graduation examination. Not long after the teacher left, a middle-aged Jonin came to the door of the class. Come with me in the first class. After the first and second classes left, Tsunade came to the classroom. Class 3, come with me. Before leaving, Tsunade looked back at Leang and Nawaki. After Tsunade took away the third class, Orochimaru also came and took away the sixth class. Class 7, come with me. Jiraiya appeared at the door of the classroom, obviously in a good mood. The two geniuses of this generation, Uchiha Leang and Namikaze Minato, have both become his disciples. Jiraiya wants to see if one of them is the son of the prophecy mentioned by the great Toad Sage. Really, becoming a student of Jiraiya was something Leang had never thought of before. Leang walked out of the classroom, followed closely by Minato and Akamaiki Yoshimaru. Jiraiya brought Leang and the others to the rooftop and sat on the railing. Let me introduce myself first. I am the Toad Boy from Mount Myoboku, Lord Jiraiya. Jiraiya jumped up and stood on the railing, posing a pose that he thought was cool. Li Feng, why do I feel that Lord Jiraiya is unreliable? Minato's eyes twitched, and he whispered into Li Feng's ear. Well, from some aspects, he is indeed unreliable, but from another aspect, he is actually quite reliable. Hey, you two brats, do you think I can't hear you? Jiraiya sat on the railing again, pointing at Li Feng and Minato and gritting his teeth. I'm sorry, Mr. Jiraiya. Minato bowed and apologized sincerely. Well, that's right. It's a good thing to correct your mistakes when you know they are wrong. Jiraiya said, looking at Li Feng. The meaning in his eyes could not be more obvious. 5 big words were written all over his face. Quick, give, road, apologize. Teacher Jiraiya, if I don't do this, will you give me small shoes? Li Feng said calmly. It's impossible to tell, Jiraiya said, touching his chin. Because of Tsunade, Jiraiya had several contacts with Li Feng in the past few years. From before, Jiraiya felt that Li Feng was a thorn in his side, but he did have the capital to thorn. But no matter how hard Li Feng stabbed, he would eventually be unable to move in the hands of elite Jonin, so Jiraiya decided to give Li Feng a blow. Is that so? Li Feng looked like he was having a hard time doing it. Then, if Teacher Jiraiya wants to wear small shoes for me, I will have to ask Sister Tsunade to break your ribs. Upon hearing Tsunade, Jiraiya immediately fainted. That guy Tsunade really doesn't hold back. The 2 most serious injuries he suffered were the first time when he was surrounded by rock shinobi, and the second time when he peeked at Tsunade bathing in a hot spring. Tsunade punched him and broke several ribs. He lay in the hospital for 2 months. Ahem, introduce yourselves, and tell me what you are good at. Jiraiya coughed twice, and then his expression became serious. Li Feng, let's start with you. Although Jiraiya already has a rough idea of Li Feng's strengths, the process still needs to be done. My name is Uchiha Li Feng, I am good at fire style and lightning style. Li Feng's self-introduction is very simple. Those hobbies and dreams are completely unnecessary. Are you still good at lightning style? Jiraiya raised an eyebrow. In his memory, lightning style ninjutsu. Li Feng has only learned 1 sea-level ground move, so he can't be said to be good at lightning style at all. What's wrong? Lightning style has just learned a lot in the past few days. Li Feng picked his ears. Just last night, Li Feng spent the whole night developing an extremely destructive lightning style ninjutsu. Lightning style Chidori, A-level ninjutsu. In the original novel, Sasuke eats all over the world with the help of Chidori. It is said that it was developed by Li Feng, but it is better to say that it was borrowed from it. This is a ninjutsu that belongs to Hataki Kakashi. However, there is no Chidori training method in the original work, so Li Feng can only develop and improve it according to this model. So it's okay to say that Chidori was developed by Li Feng. Okay, it's your turn. Jiraiya didn't ask any further questions and looked at Minato beside Li Feng. My name is Namikaze Minato, I'm good at wind style and shuriken throwing. My name is Akamaiki Yoshimaru. I am good at the doubling technique of our Akamaiki clan. Akamaiki Yoshimaru also introduced himself in his dull voice. Okay, let's finish here today and report to the number 7 training ground on time at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. After Jiraiya finished speaking, he left the rooftop in a flash. Li Feng, Minato, I didn't expect you two to be in the same class as me. Akamaiki Yoshimaru didn't expect that the 2 geniuses who were famous throughout the school would become his teammates. Look after Akamaiki Yoshimaru in the future. Minato showed a warm smile, and Li Feng also expressed his kindness to Akamaiki Yoshimaru. Since we have become teammates, I will treat you to barbecue for lunch today. Akamaiki Yoshimaru said with a simple smile. No need, Yoshimaru. Don't waste the money. It's okay, our Akamaiki family owns barbecue restaurants. At Akamaiki Yoshimaru's insistence, Li Feng and Minato were taken to his barbecue restaurant at noon. This was the first dinner party for their 3-person team, and Mr. Akamaiki paid for all the expenses. The next day, Li Feng and the other 2 arrived at the training ground as scheduled. And Jiraiya has been waiting here for a long time. Although Jiraiya is unobtrusive, he is not as late as Kakashi in the future. Not bad, you all came on time. Jiraiya leaned against the tree trunk with his arms folded, showing a satisfied expression. Okay, let's start your team entrance examination, Jiraiya said, taking out 2 bells from his waist. I have 2 bells here. As long as you grab the bell, you can join my team smoothly. If you don't grab the bell, go back to the ninja school and retake it. Jiraiya became rarely serious. But Li Feng knew that Jiraiya was just pretending. Teacher Jiraiya, aren't there only 2 bells? Could it be that the little fat boy Akamaiki Yoshimaru looked ugly? That's right, there are only 2 bells, which means that one of you 3 brats must go back to the ninja school. Jiraiya's words made Akamaiki Yoshimaru instantly despair. Li Feng and Minato are both the top genius boys in the school. Doesn't this mean that he should go back to school and retake studies? Yoshimaru, don't think blindly, let's get the bell first. Minato had already noticed that Yoshimaru's expression was wrong, so he stepped forward and patted Yoshimaru on the shoulder and said softly. Okay, Yoshimaru nodded heavily. Although he may be sent back to the ninja school for retraining, Yoshimaru also wants to give it a try. Even if he cannot join the team, he must go all out to cooperate with the 2 geniuses Li Feng and Minato. Minato and Yoshimaru are both worried. Yoshimaru is worried that he will be sent back to the ninja school to re-educate, while Minato is also worried about Yoshimaru. But Li Feng knew that Jiraiya had no intention of sending any of them back to the ninja school. He just wanted to test the teamwork of the 3 Li Feng. This is the urine of every 3-person team exam. Minato, Yoshimaru, when the assessment begins, please cooperate with each other. Li Feng also reminded at this time. Okay, Minato and Yoshimaru nodded. The assessment begins. Jiraiya shouted, and Li Feng and the others quickly disappeared and hid themselves. Well, you did a good job hiding it. Jiraiya nodded slightly without turning his head. Although the 3 of them can't hide in front of Jiraiya, a strong man, as fresh graduates, Jiraiya feels that Li Feng and the others have done a good job. In the dark, Li Feng and Minato Yoshimaru exchanged glances, and Li Feng gestured to indicate that he would be the main attack, with Minato assisting, and Yoshimaru finding the right opportunity to attack. Although these may not cause much harm to Jiraiya, what Li Feng wants to do is to let Jiraiya see their teamwork. After Minato and Yoshimaru nodded, Li Feng jumped down from the tree and stood in front of Jiraiya. Little Li Feng, why did you come out after hiding so well? Jiraiya looked at Li Feng with a smile on his face. He didn't quite understand what Li Feng was thinking. Is it possible that this kid still wants to confront him head-on? But Li Feng did not answer Jiraiya's words, but directly activated his 2-tomo Sharingan, and began to form seals with his hands quickly. Fire-style Great Fireball Technique. A huge fireball erupted from Li Feng's mouth, and the scorching waves made Jiraiya's white hair dance wildly. Wind-style Great Breakthrough. Minato also suddenly appeared next to Li Feng, and the strong wind from his mouth made the flames of the great fireball even more intense, as if it could engulf Jiraiya's entire body. This is the exciting combination of Li Feng and Minato. Jiraiya in Li Feng's field of vision did not move, as if he was being engulfed by flames. But Li Feng and Minato did not dare to be careless. It would be too outrageous if Jiraiya, as a Jonin, could be easily killed or seriously injured by their combined skills. Sure enough, when the flames dissipated, Jiraiya was still in place unharmed, but turned into a white ball with many slender spikes protruding from the surface. This is Jiraiya's unique secret technique, Needle Jizo. Hardening the hair and wrapping it around itself can provide excellent protection. The hardened hair can also cause great damage to the enemy. Fire-style Fire Bullet. Suddenly, Jiraiya's hair returned to its original state, and he quickly formed a seal and breathed flames towards Li Feng and Minato. But Li Feng and Minato would not let others take advantage of them. They dodged in different directions and avoided Jiraiya's inflammatory bullet. Lightning style. Li Feng, who had dodged the fire bullets, rushed towards Jiraiya. After a burst of seals, violent thunder and lightning began to dance on his hands. Chidori. The A-level ninjutsu Chidori was instantly formed, and the sound was like thousands of birds chirping at the same time. This is also the origin of the name Chidori. What kind of ninjutsu is this? Jiraiya's eyes widened. He had never seen such a lightning-style ninjutsu. Could it be that this kid created his own ninjutsu? What a monster! Just as Jiraiya was thinking, there was a voice behind him. Meat bomb tank. Yoshimaru suddenly bumped into Jiraiya, and Jiraiya also flew backwards towards Li Feng. Jizo. Jiraiya hardened his hair and blocked it in front of him, preparing to carry Li Fang's Chidori down to test the power of this ninjutsu. And Jiraiya deliberately put away the hardened hair to prevent hurting Li Fang. Zizizi. The Chidori in Li Fang's hand collided with Jiraiya's hair, and the dazzling light emitted from the Chidori made both Minato and Yoshimaru unable to open their eyes. This power, could it be A-level ninjutsu? Jiraiya was even more shocked. Forget about creating his own ninjutsu, and it's A-level right from the start. However, Li Fang's Chidori failed to break through Jiraiya's defense in the end. The moment the Chidori chakra was exhausted, Li Fang pounced towards Jiraiya's side. After blocking the Chidori, Jiraiya fell to the ground, but a piece of his hair became burnt black. But he didn't care about this and turned to look at Li Fang. Li Fang also stood up at this time and shook the two bells in his hands towards Jiraiya. This was taken from Jiraiya's waist when he rushed to Jiraiya's side just now. Ahem. Yes, you successfully got the bell. Jiraiya cleared his throat and said to the three Li Fang in front of him, especially you Li Fang, you really surprised me. But, Jiraiya's face suddenly turned serious. How are you three going to distribute these two bells? Jiraiya raised the corners of his mouth slightly and looked at Li Fang who was holding the bell. Teacher Jiraiya, if you have to go back to the ninja school to retrain alone, then let all three of us go back. Li Fang has already prepared a way to deal with it, we are a team and will not leave anyone behind. Quote. Li Fang. Yoshimaru's eyes were a little red. Ha 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 ha, very good, you passed. Passed. Yoshimaru was a little in disbelief. Minato seemed to have expected it and did not show any surprise. That's right, I announce that Team Jiraiya is now officially established. Ha 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 ha. Jiraiya laughed and touched the head of Li Fang who was closest to him. Minato Yoshimaru, you too, wait a minute, Li Fang, come here. Jiraiya called Li Fang aside alone. Li Fang, did you develop that lightning-style ninjutsu yourself? Jiraiya asked straight to the point. Chidori, yes. Li Fang nodded calmly. Since Chidori appears in my own hands for the first time, it can be regarded as developed by myself. This Chidori should be as powerful as an A-level ninjutsu, right? Jiraiya continued to ask Li Fang. Roughly the same. Very good. Last question, has this ninjutsu been perfected? Ah, it shouldn't be considered perfect. My control of the amount of chakra is not very accurate. Li Fang scratched his head in distress. Now Li Fang still can't grasp the amount of chakra that Chidori needs to input. If too little is input, the power of Chidori will be greatly reduced. If too much is entered, the Chidori will be unable to maintain its form and collapse. Therefore, if Li Fang wants to fully master Chidori, he needs to control his chakra amount within the most appropriate range. After all, he had only successfully developed Chidori for a few days. Well, you should explore this on your own first. If you still can't control the amount of chakra, come to me for help. Jiraiya said solemnly. Although Jiraiya has not practiced lightning style much, the essence of chakra is the same, and Jiraiya can still help with the amount of chakra. Okay, I suggest you keep this ninjutsu as your trump card. Jiraiya said again, facing an enemy who is stronger than you, this A-level ninjutsu called Chidori may be able to catch the opponent by surprise, or even kill directly. Li Fang nodded. He originally wanted to keep Chidori as his trump card. However, Chidori still needs to form a seal after all, which will give the enemy time to react. Recently, Li Fang is actually practicing Chidori and Rasengan at the same time. Chidori has almost been developed, and Rasengan is about to come to an end. Li Fang planned to use Chidori as his usual attack method, and Rasengan, a Muji ninjutsu, as his trump card. After all, who would have thought that while hitting the opponent, he would suddenly use one hand to roll a ball and hit it at him? Teacher Jiraiya, I plan to use this move as my usual offensive method, because it still has a lot of room for development. Li Fang said at this time. Chidori can also be developed into ninjutsu such as Chidori style, Chidori sword, Chidori sharp spear, etc. There is a lot of room for improvement. Hearing Li Fang say this, Jiraiya raised his eyebrows, but before he could speak again, he was interrupted by Li Fang. But I have another jutsu that I plan to use as my trump card. Another jutsu. That's right, Teacher Jiraiya, That ninjutsu is definitely more suitable as my trump card than Chidori. Li Feng was very confident. What kind of ninjutsu? Is it another A-level ninjutsu? Absolutely. As for the specifics, Teacher Jiraiya will know when I develop it. Li Feng seemed a little indifferent. But at this moment, Jiraiya felt extremely uneasy. Mard, it took me so many years to develop ninjutsu like Needle Jizo and Shishifa technique. How come this kid has 2 A-level ninjutsus he developed himself? How big is this kid? Didn't you just graduate? Let the old man from 3rd generation abdicate and let you be the ninjutsu master. Forget it, since you have a new ninjutsu as your trump card, I won't say more. Jiraiya said numbly, come with me. Jiraiya took Li Feng back and stood with Minato Yoshimaru. Are you 3 able to climb trees and tread water during chakra mastery training? Jiraiya did not start teaching directly, but asked first. Li Feng has already completed these 2 items under Tsunade's guidance, and Jiraiya knows this. Yoshimaru is a member of the Akamiki clan and has been training since he was a child, so he should have learned it. As for Minato, Jiraiya guessed that he might have already learned how to climb trees and tread water. Otherwise, how could he be tied with Li Feng as the number 1 genius in the ninja school? I learned it. Li Feng and the other 3 nodded. Knew it. Jiraiya looked as expected. Okay, then I will take you directly to the mission and adapt to the ninja life as soon as possible, so as to increase the chance of survival on the battlefield. Li Feng, Minato, you 2 are the 2 top geniuses in the ninja school. You may be the main force in the future war. After a while, our team will definitely be sent to the battlefield. I need you to improve your combat experience like crazy while ensuring your own life safety. Do you understand? Jiraiya looked at Li Feng and Minato with a serious expression. Clear, Minato's face was very solemn, but Li Feng was a little uncontrollably excited. It's finally time to go to the battlefield. This is what Li Feng has always wanted to do since he discovered the stone statue, go to the battlefield. Improve your strength. Yoshimaru was helpless. It seemed that teaming up with these 2 top talents would not bring any benefits but would be more dangerous. Okay, without further ado, you all will disperse and do your own things. I'll go to the mission station to take over the mission. After Jiraiya finished speaking, he left here in a flash. Li Feng Minato, I will go back and prepare the ninja tools first. You must also prepare the ninja tools for this mission. Yoshimaru left first and told Li Feng and Minato to prepare the ninja tools. Do you have anything to prepare? Li Feng turned to look at Minato. No, I still have 3 kunai and a few shurikens here, which is almost enough. Minato counted the contents of the genin tool bag and shook his head. Since Minato had nothing to prepare, Li Feng did not move and sat down on the spot. He didn't need to bring much else. A kunai as a makeshift weapon was enough, and he didn't use shurikens or anything like that often. Li Feng, was that lightning style ninjutsu you just used recently developed by you? At this time, Minato asked about the Chidori that he particularly remembered. That's right, just 2 days ago. I didn't expect you to be able to develop A-level ninjutsu yourself, Li Feng. Minato smiled bitterly, and the gap between himself and Li Feng seemed to be getting farther and farther. Speaking of which, Minato, I have another ninjutsu. When it is developed, I decided to teach you that ninjutsu out of mercy. What ninjutsu? Minato's face was full of excitement. As a civilian ninja, what does Minato lack most right now? Talent, time. No, it's ninjutsu. Until now, most of the ninjutsu that Minato has learned are the training scrolls he got from Li Feng. There are only 1 or 2 that he got himself, including the ninjutsu that 3rd Hokage asked him to choose. It is not an easy task for Minato to learn new ninjutsu. Although he has become Jiraiya's student, Jiraiya will not teach him advanced ninjutsu so quickly, and Minato is not lacking in low-level ninjutsu. Now Li Feng told Minato that he wanted to teach him a new ninjutsu. Minato felt from the bottom of his heart that the ninjutsu Li Feng mentioned was absolutely powerful. And it's definitely suitable for you. Otherwise Li Feng would not have decided to teach him. But Minato didn't know that the ninjutsu Li Feng was going to teach him was the Rasengan he would later develop himself. But now, Minato's Rasengan has become Li Feng's Rasengan. I haven't developed it yet. I'll teach it to you as soon as I develop it. Li Feng patted Minato on the shoulder. Li Feng, how does the ninjutsu you mentioned compare to Chidori? Minato's eyes were filled with anticipation. The power is about the same as Chidori, but the ninjutsu lasts longer than Chidori. Chidori focuses more on a burst of power, while Rasengan can last longer because the internal chakra is constantly flowing. At this time, Minato was extremely hopeful that Li Feng could perfect that ninjutsu as soon as possible. He knew that Li Feng would not lie to him. This ninjutsu is really A-level, similar in power to Chidori. Within half an hour, Jiraiya and Yoshimaru returned here one after another. Didn't you two go back and get ready? Jiraiya shouted towards Li Feng and Minato as he walked past. No, Mr. Jiraiya, we have nothing to prepare. Okay, let's set off quickly. Jiraiya nodded, his expression a little unnatural. Jiraiya-sensei, what's wrong with you? On the way out of the village, Li Feng noticed that Jiraiya's expression was not right and he never spoke. Based on his understanding of Jiraiya, Jiraiya is usually very good at finding topics and will not be so serious. Alas, I only have at most half a month to teach you. The situation on the front line is not very optimistic. I will have to go to the front line to fight immediately. Jiraiya happened to meet Orochimaru when he received the mission. Orochimaru told him the situation on the front line and the decision of Konoha's top management. However, Jiraiya was not in a bad mood because he was going to the battlefield, but because not only us Jonin, but you as the new generation must also go to the battlefield. Jiraiya stopped. Teacher, but we have just graduated. Yoshimaru was a little confused as to why Genin, who had just graduated, had to embark on the battlefield in such a short period of time. Konoha is currently at war with Sunagakur, Iwagakure, Cloud Shinobi Village, and Rain Shinobi Village. The frontline troops are very tight, so we have to decide to send you to the battlefield. In these half a month, I will try my best to teach you as much as I can. You must learn from me and practice well. When the time comes to go to the battlefield, strength is a guarantee. Don't worry, teacher, we will improve our strength as soon as possible and we won't die on the battlefield. There was no fear of the battlefield in Li Feng's eyes, but only full of desire. Don't underestimate the dangers of the battlefield. Maybe when you are walking on the road, enemies may be hidden in the plants and trees on the roadside, and they may give you a fatal blow at any time. Although he didn't know why Li Feng was so excited, Jiraiya still came out. Sound reminder. War. Minato was a little melancholy. His parents died in the war, and two insignificant genin. So Minato still hates war. But he understands that the way to end the war is to beat the other side until they have to reconcile. While Jiraiya and Li Feng and others were walking and chatting, Jiraiya told Li Feng the content of their mission. There is a bandit stronghold far away in Konoha village. Bandits often go to nearby villages to burn, kill and loot. The mission goal of Li Feng and others is to exterminate this group of bandits and rescue the villagers imprisoned by the bandits. Because there are most likely wandering ninjas among this group of bandits, the level of this mission is B level. Jiraiya believes that the strength of Li Feng, Minato and Yoshimaru is enough to complete this B-level mission. Because Jiraiya decided to carry out the mission late at night, they hurried not very fast and quietly arrived outside the mountain stronghold where the bandits were staying in the dead of night. They were hiding in the bushes, and Jiraiya had already discovered 4 bandits keeping watch on the sentry tower. If you are not in mortal danger, I will not take action. Jiraiya stared at the bandits on the guard tower and said softly, or if I think your mission has failed, I will enter the village to complete the mission myself. Li Feng, I will temporarily hand over the command of the team to you. Minato Yoshimaru, you follow Li Feng's command. Remember, you must put the safety of the imprisoned villagers first. Okay, let's go. After Jiraiya said that, he hid in the night. Minato, you and I will kill the guards on the sentry tower alone. Yoshimaru, after we kill the guards, you go directly into the village and kill the bandits you can see as quietly as possible. Minato, after you kill the guards, you and Yoshimaru will also kill the bandits. As for the imprisoned villagers, I will look for them. Good, clear. Although Sharingan is not suitable for perception, currently only Li Feng in the team is the most suitable for perception work. Minato does not have any blood inheritance limits, nor does he have any secret skills. The ninjutsu he learned has nothing to do with perception, and is completely unsuitable for perception work. Although Yoshimaru has family secrets, he belongs to the Akamiki clan. Their secrets are only suitable for destruction and cannot sense the location of civilians. Although Sharingan cannot sense the location of enemies and civilians, it allows Li Feng to see far better than ordinary people in the dark. Moreover, Li Feng can rely on Sharingan's illusion to torture out the location where the villagers are being held. Action. Following Li Feng's order, he and Minato disappeared into the night, while Yoshimaru waited for the opportunity. Li Feng is quite talented in commanding. It seems that giving him the command of the team is the right choice. Jiraiya heard clearly in the darkness. Li Feng's thinking is very clear and he takes the most important work on himself. If Li Feng's strength reaches Elite Jonin or above in the future, he will definitely be able to serve as the supreme commander of a battlefield. The cottage is very quiet at night. The yard is full of animal bones and wine jars. There are a few drunken bandits sleeping outside without anyone taking care of them. The sleeping bandits don't know yet that they will face disaster that night. Chapter 11. I'm so sleepy. After drinking, I should have a good sleep, but I still have to keep vigil. On the sentry tower, a bandit with a long knife tied around his waist yawned. Okay, let's keep a good watch. The shift will change in another hour. Yes, speaking of which, the wine we snatched this time is really good. Next time we go to that village and capture all their people to make wine for us. Several bandits chatted one after another, completely unaware that the danger was approaching. Why is there a red line on your neck on the mountain? A bandit looked at the long blood red line on his companion's neck and curiously wanted to reach out and touch it. But the companion he called the mountain companion didn't respond to him, and his whole body fell straight back. Hey, mountain. The bandit then realized that the guy on the mountain is dead. So he quickly pulled out the long knife from his waist. But the next second, a young man with blood-red eyes appeared in front of him. The moment he saw the boy's eyes, the bandit felt that he had lost consciousness. Where are the imprisoned villagers? Dungeon. Where is the dungeon located? Underneath the wine cellar. Li Feng had already seen the location of the wine cellar from the sentry tower. There were obviously many wine jars there. So Li Feng directly unlocked Sharingan's illusion, and the kunai in his hand turned into an afterimage, slicing the bandit's throat. The bandit wanted to say something but couldn't. He rolled his eyes and walked away from the mountain. Li Feng didn't feel any discomfort after killing someone for the first time. After taking care of the two bandits, Li Feng looked back at the sentry tower on the other side. I saw Minato standing on the guard tower and making an okay gesture to Li Feng. Yoshimaru below naturally saw it, so he ran straight into the stronghold. Minato also jumped down from the sentry tower and started looking for the bandits. Li Feng climbed over the walls of the house and quickly arrived at the wine cellar. Li Feng entered the wine cellar. The two bandits leaned against the wine jars with red faces and fell asleep. They were obviously drunk. Li Feng glanced at them briefly, then used a kunai to end their lives, and got the key to the dungeon from one of the bandits. Opening the iron door, Li Feng came to the dungeon under the wine cellar where the villagers were imprisoned. What came into view were a dozen disheveled women, as well as several men and children covered in scars. The captured women became toys for the bandits, while the men and children were whipped for fun by the bandits every day. When these villagers saw Li Feng, they instantly became frightened, and at the same time there was deep hatred in their eyes. Don't be afraid, I am a ninja from Konoha, hired to rescue you back. Li Feng saw that they were scared, so he comforted them. Only then did the villagers notice the Konoha forehead protector on Li Feng's forehead, and then they felt relieved. But they couldn't help but wonder, could this child really save them? If they escape and are caught again, they don't know what kind of torture they will suffer. If you want to live, come with me. I have two companions and our teacher Jonin, who can guarantee your safety. Thank you Ninja-sama for saving our lives. After hearing Li Feng say that Jonin existed, the villagers boldly followed Li Feng out of the dungeon. Although they are usually ignorant, they still understand the value of Jonin. No matter how ferocious these bandits are, they can only be killed by Jonin with one finger. Yoshimaru, take these villagers to teacher Jiraiya, leave this place to me and Minato. Li Feng walked to Yoshimaru who had just walked out of a room and whispered. Okay. Yoshimaru nodded and quickly led the villagers away from the village. Zizizi. At this time, the sound of lightning-style ninjutsu came from the other side. Li Feng turned around and saw that Minato quickly retreated from one direction. A bolt of lightning danced violently along the ground at Minato's original position. What's going on? Li Feng walked to Minato. The target of the assassination just now was a ninja. When I was about to stab his throat, he woke up and avoided the vital point. Minato said warily, holding the kunai in his backhand. At this time, a bandit with bleeding shoulders and bloodshot eyes walked out of the room with murderous intent. You brat! The bandit cursed fiercely, then picked up a wine jar from the ground and threw it to his left. Minato was still wondering about his behavior, but Li Feng knew his purpose. Get ready, the war is about to begin. Crack. As soon as Li Feng finished speaking, a loud bell rang. The purpose of the bandits is to ring the iron bell and wake up all the bandits. Go to hell, kid. The ninja bandit knew that it was not only Li Feng Minato who broke in, so he chose to ring the iron bell first and then try to kill them. Not to be outdone, Minato appeared on the side of the ninja bandit at a faster speed. Nani? The ninja bandit didn't expect Minato to be so fast. But Minato didn't give him any time to think, as the kunai in his hand stabbed his heart. Dang! The bandit raised his long sword and barely blocked Minato's kunai. Minato was already prepared to be blocked. When the bandit raised his knife to resist, he jumped up and kicked the bandit in the head. Bang! The bandit fell to the ground violently, vomiting blood. The boss will never let you go. He will tear you into pieces. Poof! The bandit used his last strength to say harsh words, and then lost his breath. Tap tap tap. At this time, the bandits who were awakened also took weapons and surrounded Li Feng and Minato. Two brats dare to break into our village, they really don't know how to live or die. Since it disturbed Laozi's sweet dream, then let Laozi die. The bandits shouted and rushed towards the two men with long knives and axes. Fire style great fireball technique. Wind style great breakthrough. Ah! The combination skill appeared again, directly burning all the bandits in one direction to death. Hundreds of bandits, a quarter of them died. The bandits were also dumbfounded. They had never seen ninjutsu before. Their first boss, Uchiha, and the second boss, the one who was killed by Minato just now, were both ninjas. But such a powerful ninjutsu directly made them fear Li Feng and Minato. These two brats are so terrifying. Get out of the way. You are no match for these two brats. A hoarse voice sounded from behind the bandits, and the bandits respectfully moved out of the way. The boss. The person coming is none other than the boss of this village, Yonki. Two Konoha brats. It just so happens that Laozi was also born in Konoha. Uchiha touched the Konoha forehead protector with a scratch on his arm. Konoha's traitorous ninja. Minato took a step forward, ready to challenge. I'll do it. Li Feng held down Minato, who was about to move, and faced off against the strongest Yonki in the village. Kid, is this your first time on a mission? Yonki asked with a raised corner of his mouth before taking action. Li Feng didn't want to answer him, so he held the kunai in his backhand and raised his leg to rush towards Uchiha. It's true that newborn calves are not afraid of tigers. Uchiha sneered, raised his hands and began to form seals. Earth-style Tulan spear. Yonki squatted down and slapped the ground. Li Feng suddenly felt a sense of crisis. So Li Feng jumped up violently, and several rock and soil spikes emerged from the ground under his feet. HMPH, the reaction is fast enough. Uchiha snorted coldly, and prepared to form a seal to release the ninjutsu. Wind-style wind cut technique. Li Feng is still in the air, and Yongji has released dozens of wind blades to kill Li Feng quickly. Do you have a lot of chakra? Li Feng cursed in a low voice, while quickly forming seals on his hands. Li Feng's seal formation speed also surprised Yonki. How is it possible? How can such a brat form seals so fast? It has already reached 6 seals per second. Uchiha himself could only reach the speed of 5 seals per second, but this kid who looked like he was only in his teens had already achieved 6 seals per second. Is he the new generation genius of Konoha? Uchiha thought to himself and couldn't help but take a half step back. Fire-style Fengxian fire technique. Li Feng spewed out countless balls of fire from his mouth, and under his deliberate control, they collided with the wind blade released by Yongji. Fire style itself restrains wind style, and with Li Feng practicing hard, his phoenix fire clearly suppressed Yuji's wind blade. After the wind blades persisted for a second or two, they were engulfed in flames, while the phoenix fire flew towards Yuji with undiminished power. At this time, Li Feng landed on the Tulong gun that Yuji had just released. He took out the kunai from his ninja bag and jumped in the direction of Yuji. The landing points of the Phoenix Immortal Fire are in all directions of Yangqi's avoidance, so Yangqi has only two choices, either confront Li Feng head-on, or be burned by the Phoenix Immortal Fire. In the end, Yuji chose to fight against Li Feng and pulled out the short sword from behind. When Yangqi's short sword blocked Li Feng's kunai, but Yangqi gritted his teeth, leaving a drop of cold sweat on his forehead. Why is this kid so powerful? Li Feng's power makes Yangqi a little unbelievable. This is not a power that a child can have. At this time, Yangqi raised his head and discovered that two black magatama were slowly rotating in Li Feng's blood-red eyes. Sharingan, is this brat from the Uchiha clan? Yuji's eyes widened, and then he remembered that Sharingan can make the enemy fall into illusion. But by the time he reacted, it was already too late. At this time, Li Feng had disappeared in front of him, replaced by a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood. Even someone like Yangji, who licked blood with the tip of a knife, was frightened by the bloody scene in front of him and froze in place. No, this is an illusion. Yangqi quickly activated the chakra in his body and unlocked Li Feng's illusion. But it's too late. The moment he unlocked the illusion, Yuji saw a familiar body, but there was no head above the neck. The next second, Yangji lost consciousness, and his head and body fell to the ground together. The moment Yangqi fell into the illusion just now, Li Feng snatched the short sword from his hand and chopped off his head with one knife. The boss is dead. What should I do? These two brats are monsters. When Li Feng was fighting Yuji, Minato was not idle either. By this time, Minato had killed dozens of bandits. The rest of the bandits saw that the ninja master Uchi was dead, and then they realized how terrifying these two seemingly insignificant brats were. Minato, kill them all. Li Feng shouted low, and rushed into the crowd with Yunqi's short sword in his hand. Every time the sword fell, a bandit would lose his life. Minato also had a solemn look on his face. The kunai in his hand was already stained red with blood, and he followed Li Feng to eliminate these bandits who had no fighting spirit. Bandits are bandits and no mercy can be given to them. A quarter of an hour later, only Li Feng and Minato were left standing on the land, and their clothes were already stained with blood. But not a drop of blood belonged to them. This dirty blood belonged to these bandits who fell on the ground. The cottage that used to be full of drunkenness has turned into a Shira field tonight. The smell of blood here attracted the wolves from a distance. Okay, let them be buried in the belly of the wolves. Li Feng glanced around the corpses and murmured. Li Feng, let's go meet Mr. Jiraiya and Yoshimaru. Minato frowned at the smell of blood in the air, turned to Li Feng and said. Although Minato killed someone without mercy just now, he actually didn't like this feeling. Well, let's go. Li Feng nodded, threw away Yangqi's short sword and walked towards the gate of the cottage. Minato wiped the sweat from his forehead and followed suit. Outside the gate of the cottage, Jiraiya stood alone waiting for Li Feng and Minato. Teacher Jiraiya, the mission has been successfully completed. Li Feng walked up to Jiraiya and pointed in the direction behind him. Well done. I thought you would be slow to kill, but I didn't expect you to kill each other more happily. Jiraiya said with a helpless smile while stroking his hair. Those bandits deserve to be killed. When Minato was avoiding the ninjutsu of the second master, he saw the villagers being taken away by Yoshimaru at the gate. The scars on their bodies were shocking. They were not injuries from battles, but injuries from being tortured alive by bandits. Well, it's a good thing not to be ruthless. Killing is the survival of ninjas, but don't let killing turn into desire. With that said, Jiraiya glanced at Li Feng without leaving any trace. Minato had some discomfort when he assassinated the vigilante bandit, but this kid didn't react at all. It didn't look like the first time he killed someone. Including the slaughter of bandits just now, one by one, just like killing a pig. Jiraiya remembered the first time he killed someone, and he was so vomiting at that time. This kid, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Jiraiya didn't know if Li Feng's personality would lead him to go astray. What if this guy turns into a murderer in the future? Jiraiya-sensei, where is Yoshimaru? Minato's voice brought Jiraiya back to reality. I asked him to escort the villagers back with my summoning beast. When Yoshimaru comes back, we will return to Konoha. Summoning beast. Li Feng touched his chin. Is it Toad Jian or Toad Guang? It couldn't possibly be Gamabunta. How could that guy be willing to do escort work? Speaking of which, when can I perform tasks alone? Li Feng can't wait to try the power of the nine-faced beast. Moreover, Li Feng wants the nine-faced beast to reasonably enter everyone's field of vision. When it was completely light, Li Feng, Jiraiya and others returned to Konoha. You are free to disband. I will hand over the task. After I get the reward, I will distribute the money to you. Entering the gate of Konoha village, Jiraiya stretched and said. Sorry, Mr. Jiraiya, Minato said with a smile. Then Li Feng and the three of them dispersed, while Jiraiya went to the Hokage building alone. Dong dong dong. Come in. Jiraiya pushed open the door of Hokage's office. Third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen was sitting at the table making tea for himself. Old man, the mission I gave Li Feng and his friends, they completed very well. Jiraiya said to Sarutobi Hiruzen with some pride. As expected, Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't react much. Li Feng and Minato were both top talents, and a B-level mission was certainly not a problem. How are the details? Can you tell anything? Well, Li Feng didn't even blink when he killed someone for the first time, and there was nothing unusual when he and Minato killed hundreds of bandits later on. That guy is a natural killing machine. Minato felt a little uncomfortable when he killed, but he quickly adjusted his condition afterwards. His movements were clean and neat, and he showed no mercy to the enemy. The kid from the Akamiki family is also very talented, and he completely obeys the command, and can cooperate well with Li Feng and Minato. Jiraiya stated what he had observed so far. Sarutobi Hiruzen leaned back in his chair and took a sip of tea, with a smile on his face. My grouping is indeed correct. Uchiha Li Feng, Namikaze Minato and Akamiki Yoshimaru are the most suitable combination. Train Li Feng and Minato well, they will be the pillars of Konoha in the future. Sarutobi Hiruzen believed in his own vision of people. Therefore, Uchiha Li Feng and Namikaze Minato must be firmly in the hands of their own faction, and there must be no mistakes. Among his three students, Tsunade is the eldest lady of the Senju clan, which is not actually of his own lineage. Although Orochimaru is extremely talented, he was trained by Sarutobi Hiruzen as his successor, but Orochimaru is not good at communicating with others. Sarutobi Hiruzen is not sure whether he can rely on Orochimaru to control Li Feng and Minato. Ever since, Jiraiya became the best choice to be Li Feng and Minato's teacher. By the way, Cloud Shinobi wants to sign an armistice agreement. What do you think? Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly remembered this and asked Jiraiya at the same time. Cloud Shinobi wants to cease the war. Jiraiya was slightly stunned. Why did Cloud Shinobi, who was fighting like a wolf and a tiger some time ago, suddenly want to sign an armistice agreement? Old man, I always feel that Cloud Shinobi has no good intentions. Jiraiya is not optimistic about this armistice agreement. Sarutobi Hiruzen also racked his brains to think about Cloud Shinobi's purpose, but now Konoha is surrounded by enemies on all sides, and it is starting to be a bit difficult to face this war. It is a good thing to be able to sign an armistice agreement with Cloud Shinobi now. The other party will come to Konoha to sign an armistice agreement with us, and they shouldn't pose any threat to us. Sarutobi Hiruzen put down the teacup, with a stern look in his eyes. If Cloud Shinobi dares to have any evil intentions, please stay in Konoha forever. Quote. The current Sarutobi Hiruzen is still the famous ninja hero in the ninja world, and will not tolerate others making trouble in Konoha. He wanted to agree to sign an armistice agreement with Cloud Shinobi just to relieve the pressure on other battlefields. On Li Feng's side, he had been up all night and wanted to go home and make noodles to eat and then rest for a while. As soon as he finished eating instant noodles, there was a knock on his door. Who? When Li Feng opened the door, a middle-aged man wearing a Konoha vest appeared. Li Feng was stunned for a moment, and then he noticed the mark on the man's arm. It was a shuriken symbol with the emblem of the Uchiha clan in the middle. Li Feng, can you let me in first? The man smiled and asked Li Feng. Please come in. Although some people rejected Uchiha, Li Feng still let him in. Li Feng, I am Uchiha Leang, the leader of the Uchiha clan. I am bothering you today because I want to discuss something with you. After Uchiha Leang sat down, he said to Li Feng straight to the point. Oh, what does Uchiha Patriarch want to discuss with me, Genin? Li Feng sat opposite Uchiha Ryuya, putting distance between himself and Uchiha as he spoke. Uchiha Ryuya also smiled bitterly when he saw this. Li Feng, I know what you are thinking. Your father and I are actually very close brothers. Your father is responsible for my becoming the clan leader. Uchiha Ryuya did not pretend to be the clan leader in front of Li Feng, but spoke softly. When your father Hirakawa married your mother Senju Yukina, most people in the clan were extremely opposed to it and demanded that Hirakawa and your mother divorce, otherwise they would be asked to expel them from me. In the end, Hirakawa didn't compromise, and I was asked by the tribe to expel him. Uchiha sighed. Finally, I thought of a trick and asked Hirakawa to carry out a very dangerous mission. Of course, I sent my cronies to help him secretly. Pingchuan used this mission and 3 Tomo Sharingan to temporarily silence the tribesmen, but Pingchuan died on the front line 5 years ago, and the tribesmen began to ask you to expel your mother and son again. I really have no choice. I have been paying attention to you over the years, and I will regularly have people leave some money at your door. Now, Li Feng finally knew who sent the money that often appeared at his door. Every time the money showed up, there was a note on it, Uchiha Li Feng, received. That's why Li Feng took the money into the house for his own use. I see. Thank you very much, Patriarch, for all these years. Li Feng felt that Uchiha Leang did not lie to him, and his eyes were very sincere. Moreover, Li Feng heard his mother mention before that since his father went out to perform a mission, the tribe no longer mentioned the expulsion of his family. However, Uchiha Hirakawa did not tell Senju Yukina the secret, so Senju Yukina did not know the truth. This is what I should do. I feel ashamed of your family. Li Feng, I came here for other reasons. Uchiha's expression became serious and his sitting posture became more upright. The patriarch wants me to return to my clan, right? It seems you have guessed it. Uchiha Leang also knew that Li Feng was very smart and might have guessed his purpose. Maybe Li Feng already knew it when he entered the door. Master Patriarch, I am very grateful for your financial help over the past few years, but please forgive me. Li Feng did not hesitate and chose to refuse. I'm used to being idle, and I'm not good at dealing with people. I'm fine alone. Besides, if I return to my clan, I might have conflicts with other people. This is something the clan leader doesn't want to see, right? Hearing what Li Feng said, Uchiha sighed again. Indeed, Li Feng's last words spoke to his heart. He had thought about this problem before and didn't know how to solve it. But I was too eager to take Li Feng back to his clan, so I didn't think about it again. Now that Li Feng asked this question again, Uchiha Leang was also a little shaken. Should we take him back to his clan? The palms and backs of his hands were full of flesh, and Uchiha Ryu didn't know what to make of it. Forget it, since you don't want to go back, I won't force you. Uchiha Leang smiled bitterly and shook his head. Don't think that I came to you because of your talent. But actually it's almost the same. Just because you are a genius, you can silence most people when you return to your clan. Uchiha Ryuya said, taking out 3 scrolls from his body. I have long thought that you do not want to return to the clan. Uchiha Ryu also placed the scroll on the table. This is the high fire extinguishing and high fire extinguishing in Uchiha's sword technique and fire style ninjutsu. Li Feng, I hope you can become a famous strong man in the ninja world in the future, and don't let down your parents for what they have done for you. After Uchiha Ryu finished speaking, he left here without looking back. Li Feng sat there, staring at the 3 scrolls on the table. Is it famous in the ninja world? Li Feng picked up one of the scrolls. I will definitely do it. Li Feng opened the scroll, which recorded the training method of Uchiha Ryutojutsu. Although Uchiha's style of swordsmanship is not as good as Hataki's style of swordsmanship, it is still one of the best. Now Uchiha's 3 major signatures are Sharingan, fire style, and Uchiha's sword skills. My sword skills are good, but I can't use the sword. Li Feng's expression froze. Ordinary swords cannot carry chakra. If you want to practice this sword technique, you must use a ninja sword that can be infused with chakra. In fact, when Li Feng used kunai to kill bandits, He felt that kunai was not very convenient for melee combat, and the idea of using a knife had already come up at that time. However, Li Feng is not ready yet. Ready-made sword skills have been sent to him. Now Li Feng only needs a ninja sword. It seems like you can make more money by doing more tasks. Ninja swords are not cheap. The price of a ninja sword is far higher than that of ordinary weapons, and Li Feng cannot just buy the most rubbish ninja sword. If that doesn't work, find an enemy ninja who uses a knife and kill him, then take his knife and use it. Also, let's start preparing for the sword skills in advance. What Li Feng needs to do now is to master the 3 powerful fire styles of How Fire Extinguishing, and Fire Dragon Flame Bomb. Maybe I can mention the ninja sword thing to Jiraiya and Tsunade, and maybe I can get some help from them. Meanwhile, the Hokage office. Lord Hokage, Uchiha Ryuya has just left Uchiha Li Feng's home. From outside, you can see that he talked to Uchiha Li Feng about some things and gave several scrolls. The specific content cannot be known. An Anbu ninja said respectfully to Sarutobi Hiruzen said, "Are you trying to win over Li Feng again?" Uchiha. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes suddenly became sharp. Uchiha Li Feng has been planned by him to join his faction, and Sarutobi Hiruzen will not tolerate Uchiha Ryuya wooing Li Feng. But, Hokage-sama, judging from Uchiha Ryuya's expression when he left, it seems that the matter has not been settled. The Anbu ninja spoke again at this time. Hearing this, Sarutobi Hiruzen's frown relaxed. Yes, it seems Li Feng is on the right side. Sarutobi Hiruzen poured himself a cup of tea. "Okay, you can go down first." Yes. After the Anbu ninja bowed, he disappeared in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. "But, we still have to give that kid some sweetness, and we can't let him be kidnapped by others." Sarutobi Hiruzen held the teacup and rubbed his temples. Uchiha Ryuya and Danzo are now keeping an eye on Li Feng, and Sarutobi Hiruzen must keep Li Feng firmly in his hands. I hope Uchiha Li Feng can become the next mirror. Sarutobi Hiruzen thought of his old friends who had passed away. Uchiha Kagami is the gentlest Uchiha tribesman Sarutobi Hiruzen knows, and is closer to the Hokage faction. Even second Hokage Senju Tobarama is very at ease with the mirror. Sarutobi Hiruzen is relatively confident about keeping Li Feng on his side. After all, his apprentice Jiraiya is Li Feng's teacher, and Tsunade also has a close relationship with Li Feng. Namikaze Minato can be considered a member of his own faction, and Li Feng and Minato are like brothers. On the other hand, when it comes to Danzo and Uchiha Ryuya, Danzo letting his roots take Li Feng away by force has already made him feel conflicted. And Uchiha expelled Li Feng and his mother when they needed help the most. How could Li Feng have a good impression of Uchiha? Knock knock knock. At this time, there was a knock on the door of Hokage's office. "Come in." As Sarutobi Hiruzen shouted, Jiraiya, Tsunade and Orochimaru opened the door and stood in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. "Old man, what do you want from us?" Tsunade, still wearing the white coat from Konoha Hospital, said impatiently. "You came just in time." Sarutobi Hiruzen cleared his throat and continued, "Cloud Shinobi is ready to sign an armistice agreement with us, but the battle situation on Sand Shinobi, Rock Shinobi and Rain Shinobi is still anxious. I need you to lead reinforcements to the 3 major battlefields. Jiraiya, you lead the team to the Rock Shinobi battlefield. Tsunade, you lead the team to the Sand Shinobi battlefield. Only you can deal with Chiyo's poison. Orochimaru, you lead the team to the Rain Shinobi battlefield, but be sure not to confront him head-on. Hanzo is a very strong guy and is not something you can handle. Let's set off tomorrow. I hope the war will end soon." Sarutobi Hiruzen breathed a sigh of relief. The last thing Konoha wanted was for the war to continue. Because every ninja village participating in the war has Konoha as its target. If the fight continues, even Konoha's wealth will be slowly exhausted. Tsunade Orochimaru, you go and get ready. Jiraiya, you stay. Sarutobi Hiruzen left Jiraiya alone. After Tsunade and Orochimaru left, Jiraiya asked Sarutobi Hiruzen, "Old man, is there anything else you want to tell me alone?" Jiraiya, Li Feng, Minato and Yoshimaru all performed well in this B-level mission. You should reward them well as an encouragement. Children, you just need more encouragement. Especially Li Feng and Minato. These 2 children are the hope of Konoha's new generation and the pillars of Konoha's future. They must be cultivated with emphasis. If you need anything, you can ask me. Sarutobi Hiruzen stroked the goatee on his chin with a smile on his face. Okay, I'll ask them what they want later. Jiraiya nodded. Maybe you can take this opportunity to kill the old man. Old man, I will go to the battlefield tomorrow. What will Li Feng and the others do? Jiraiya was a little uneasy about his 3 disciples. I will find someone else to be the acting captain for a period of time, but they will have to go to the battlefield in a while. A ninja who has never experienced war will not become a truly strong person. The battlefield is not only the place where geniuses fall, but also the opportunities for geniuses. Some things are inevitable. After resting for a long time, Li Feng and others were called together by Jiraiya again. I called you here this time, not for a mission, and nothing else. Jiraiya leaned against the tree trunk and said to the 3 of them. I will rush to the Rock Shinobi battlefield tomorrow. If you have any training questions, please ask me while I'm still here. Also, the 3rd generation old man is very satisfied with your performance in this mission. You can tell me what rewards you want, don't go too far. Jiraiya said with a smile. In fact, it didn't matter to him whether it was too much or not. The old man said that if you need anything, just come to him. Jiraiya-sensei, really? Minato looked very excited. There was one thing in particular he wanted. Oh really? Jiraiya-sensei, can you give me a ninjutsu? What ninjutsu? Keep it on me. Jiraiya thought Minato wanted something, but she didn't expect it to be just a ninjutsu. Jiraiya-sensei, I want to take a look at Master Second Hokage's Flying Thunder God technique. Minato said to Jiraiya with a look of anticipation. Flying Thunder God technique, no problem, Before Jiraiya could finish his words, he suddenly got stuck. Wait, Flying Thunder God. Jiraiya really didn't expect that Minato would want the Flying Thunder God's training method. Although the training method of Flying Thunder God technique is in the Book of Sealings, its name and function are mentioned in the ninja school textbooks. Minato, that thing is in the sealed book, and the sealed book cannot be read casually. Everyone who has read the sealed book has made great achievements. Jiraiya put his hand on Minato's head and rubbed it, rubbing Minato's yellow hair. All right, Minato is not too discouraged. The Flying Thunder God technique is in the Book of Sealings. Of course he knows this. He just tried it. But he really wanted to learn the Flying Thunder God ninjutsu. You must practice hard and make great achievements as soon as possible to read the sealed book. Minato made a decision in his heart. But since he can't choose Flying Thunder God, Minato has nothing else he wants. Jiraiya saw what Minato was thinking, so he laughed twice and summoned a large scroll. Minato, do you know Summoningmon? No, this is the contract I signed with Mount Myoboku. The toads on Mount Myoboku are very powerful. There is a guy named Bunta who I don't even dare to mess with. Signing the summoning beast will help you a lot in your battle. How about signing a contract with Mount Myoboku? Jiraiya actually didn't know what to reward Minato, and Minato's character should be easily accepted by the toads of Mount Myoboku, so Jiraiya decided to let Minato sign a contract with Mount Myoboku. Is it really possible, Jiraiya-sensei? Minato didn't expect that Jiraiya would ask him to sign a contract with the powerful Mount Myoboku. Of course it's true, sign it quickly. Jiraiya spread out the scroll and placed it in front of Minato. Bite your finger and sign your name with your blood. Minato didn't show any pretense, he bit his thumb and signed his name on the scroll. In front of Minato's name is Jiraiya, and in front of it are several people whom Minato has never heard of. I will teach you the seals of the summoning technique later. After Jiraiya finished speaking, he looked at Li Feng and Yoshimaru. Where are you two? Do you want to sign a contract with Mount Myoboku too? No, Mr. Jiraiya, our Akamiki clan's fighting style is not suitable for Summoningmon. Yoshimaru waved his hand and refused. Jiraiya nodded, then looked at Li Feng. No need, I have other things I want. Li Feng shook his head. He already had the 9-faced beast and there was no need to sign a contract with Mount Myoboku. The combat power of the 9-faced beast is definitely no less than that of Gamabunta. Moreover, Li Feng wanted to take this opportunity to ask Jiraiya to help him get a handy ninja sword. Are you sure? The toads on Mount Myoboku are very powerful. Sure, if it's Summoningmon, I want to find it myself. That's all, what reward do you want? Jiraiya didn't force it, so he asked Li Feng. Well, Mr. Jiraiya, I want a handy ninja sword. Can you get it for me? Not the ordinary ones on the market. Li Feng naturally disdains ordinary ninja swords. Ninja sword, do you still want to practice sword skills? Yes, practicing sword skills can greatly increase my close combat capabilities. That's fine. Orochimaru seems to have some good knives. I'll go ask you about them tonight. Jiraiya remembered that Orochimaru seemed to have other ninja swords besides the Kusanagi sword he usually used. Orochimaru. When Jiraiya talks about Orochimaru, Li Feng thinks of Kusanagi sword. Could it be that, in addition to the Tenbu Ryu sword used by Orochimaru himself, the Tenbu Ryu sword used by Sasuke in the original work has also been obtained by Orochimaru? Thank you very much, Mr. Jiraiya. Li Feng began to look forward to it. If it was really the Tianbulugian, then Li Feng would really have won the jackpot. However, Orochimaru may not necessarily give it. As for Yoshimaru, he didn't know what he wanted, and Jiraiya didn't know what kind of reward would be suitable for Yoshimaru as a member of the Akamaiki clan, so he asked Yoshimaru to think about it before looking for him. Come on, Minato. I'll teach you the seals of the summoning technique. After Jiraiya finished speaking, he slowly began to form seals with his hands so that Minato could see clearly. Do you see clearly? See clearly. After Minato responded, he also began to form the seal of the summoning technique, then bit his own finger and pressed it to the ground. The next second, black lines spread outward from the center of Minato's palm. Successful. Minato looked happy. Boom. In an instant, a burst of smoke and dust rolled up, and a cyan toad carrying a pair of swords appeared at Minato's feet. Jiraiya, what's the matter? Tomohiro crossed his arms and looked down at Jiraiya. It didn't know that there was an extra person on Mount Myoboku's contract scroll, and thought it was Jiraiya summoning it. Hiro, I didn't summon you, but the boy above you. Jiraiya smiled and pointed at Minato above Todhiro. Hearing Jiraiya's words, Tomohiro looked up and noticed the curious face of Minato above him. Jiraiya, who is this boy? This is Namikaze Minato, my disciple, very talented. Hello, I am Namikaze Minato. Minato jumped on the ground and said with a smile to Togahiro. Hello, you can call me if you need anything in the future. After Gamahiro finished speaking, he disappeared directly back to Mount Myoboku. It also became clear that this was Minato experimenting with the summoning technique. Minato, Hiro is the most powerful toad in Mount Myoboku and a very reliable partner. Guang will definitely help you a lot when fighting in the future. Thank you, Mr. Jiraiya. I like this reward very much. Minato was also very happy. Tomohiro really gave him a very reliable feeling. I will go to Mount Myoboku when I have time in the future and get to know all the toads. Jiraiya said, suddenly remembering something. By the way, be sure to eat before you go. Okay. Although he didn't know why Jiraiya asked him to do this, Minato agreed. In the evening, Jiraiya took Li Feng to Orochimaru's home. Ding dong. After ringing the doorbell, Orochimaru opened the door. Jiraiya, why are you? Orochimaru looked confused, but Jiraiya rarely came to his house to see him. What's the matter? Orochimaru, I want to ask you for a favor. Jiraiya said, pushing Li Feng forward. Orochimaru senpai, good evening. Li Feng greeted Jiraiya. It's Mr. Li Feng, you two come in first. Orochimaru felt a little amused and let Jiraiya and Li Feng in. Jiraiya, is it related to Mr. Li Feng that you asked me for help? Orochimaru sat on the sofa, already having a rough guess in his mind. Ha ha ha, Orochimaru, you are quite smart. Jiraiya teased. Let's get down to business. If nothing happens, go back. Orochimaru said in a hoarse voice. Ahem, Orochimaru, Li Feng needs a ninja sword. I remember you have some extra here. See if you can. Jiraiya rubbed his hands and laughed like an idiot. Oh, Mr. Li Feng, do you want to practice sword skills? Orochimaru ignored Jiraiya and turned to look at Li Feng. Yes, Orochimaru senpai, I want to practice Uchiha-style swordsmanship, and I hope I can have a good sword to carry my chakra. In fact, if you want to simply practice Uchiha swordsmanship, there is no need to make a very good sword. But Li Feng wanted to develop the Chidori sword. The power of the lightning-style chakra was not something that ordinary ninja swords could withstand, so Li Feng needed a better sword. That Tianbulujian is the best choice. Jun Li Feng, come with me. Orochimaru stood up and motioned to Li Feng to follow him. Jiraiya also stood up at this time, wanting to follow him to see what was going on. Jiraiya, just sit there. Orochimaru's vertical pupils stared at Jiraiya, who was a little confused. Haha, okay, I owe you a favor. Jiraiya smiled awkwardly and sat on the sofa again. I don't need the favor of you, idiot. After Orochimaru said, he took Li Feng to the backyard. Li Feng was very confused. Why did Orochimaru bring him here? Is there some kind of basement here? But Li Feng didn't expect that Orochimaru's summoning came out with a snake. Then, the snake opened its mouth, revealing the black handle. Orochimaru took out the Vice Admiral's sword from the snake's mouth, and it was covered with the snake's saliva. Li Feng. Orochimaru also felt that something was wrong. After all, he was the only one in the entire ninja world who did this. So he used a weak water style to wash the knife clean. Jun Li Feng, let's see how this knife looks like. Orochimaru handed the knife to Li Feng's hand. Li Feng nodded and took the knife, seeing the knife clearly in the faint moonlight. As expected, this is Sasuke's Tenbu Ryu sword. Li Feng grabbed the handle of the knife and pulled the entire knife out of the scabbard. The blade and scabbard made a crisp friction sound, and the moonlight shone on the smooth blade, emitting a chilling cold light. Good knife. Li Feng is definitely not perfunctory. Although he is an amateur, he can still tell that this knife is extremely sharp and will cut through iron like clay when used properly. This sword is one of the sacred Kusanagi swords. It will definitely satisfy Li Feng. Orochimaru is very confident. Li Feng definitely likes this sword. Senior Orochimaru, do you really want to give me this sword? Li Feng was a little doubtful. Orochimaru would give this artifact, the Kusanagi sword, just as he promised. It's nothing to give to Mr. Li Feng, but I also hope that Mr. Li Feng can do me a small favor. Really, Li Feng-kun, can you give me some of your cells? I'm very interested in the combination of Uchiha and Senju. Orochimaru said straight to the point without hiding anything. Uchiha and Senju share the same blood, which has never been seen in the history of the ninja world. Orochimaru wanted to see if he could study anything in this, which might allow his biological experiments to go deeper. Of course, Orochimaru has not yet begun to conduct experiments on living people. He usually uses the corpses of his enemies or other people's cells. It's a trivial matter. Li Feng did not refuse. He cut his finger with the Kusanagi sword, and bright red blood immediately flowed out of the wound. Orochimaru quickly took out a test tube from his body and carefully dripped Li Feng's blood into it. Orochimaru-senpai, I am actually a little curious about my own bloodline. If the research yields results, I hope you can tell me something. Maybe it will help me improve my strength. Li Feng thought that maybe Orochimaru's research would allow him to better utilize the power of Uchiha and Senju. No problem. It seems that Mr. Li Feng and I can get along quite well. If Mr. Li Feng is interested in the future, he can do some research with me. Orochimaru suddenly felt that it would be great if Li Feng was his disciple. If there is a chance, definitely. Okay, let's go back. So Orochimaru and Li Feng returned to the house. When Jiraiya saw the two people coming back, he also stood up. I've given the knife to Mr. Li Feng. If you have nothing else to do, don't bother me. Orochimaru has a completely different attitude towards Jiraiya and Li Feng. Orochimaru, sometimes I really want to kick you. Jiraiya gritted his teeth. Walk slowly without seeing you off. After Orochimaru finished speaking, he turned around and went up to the second floor. Jiraiya and Li Feng also left here and closed Orochimaru's door. What sword did Orochimaru give you? Jiraiya asked curiously, looking at the Kusanagi sword tied to Li Feng's waist. Seeing Jiraiya's curiosity, Li Feng took out the Kusanagi sword and the scabbard from his waist and handed it to Jiraiya. This sword. Jiraiya pulled out the Kusanagi sword. Although he didn't know what the sword was, he could tell that this sword was definitely not simple. That guy Orochimaru is quite willing. Jiraiya sheathed the knife and returned it to Li Feng. This is one of the sacred Kusanagi swords, called the Tenburi sword. Li Feng said at this time. Kusanagi sword. Jiraiya didn't expect that Orochimaru gave Li Feng a Kusanagi sword. That guy didn't ask you anything. Without, Li Feng chose to conceal the matter of giving Orochimaru cells. If Jiraiya knew that Orochimaru and Li Feng wanted his cells, he would definitely turn around and kick open Orochimaru's door and ask him what he wanted to do. But in fact, Orochimaru's use of his cells for research will not only do him no harm, but may also provide him with some help. As for impure world reincarnation, Li Feng didn't think he would die. Even if he died, it would be a good thing to be exposed by Orochimaru. At least he could find a way to resurrect himself. Li Feng did not feel that this was blaspheming his soul. In the blink of an eye, 3 days have passed. Jiraiya has already rushed to the Rock Shinobi battlefield. In the past 3 days, Li Feng and others have been practicing on their own. Li Feng has initially mastered Uchiha-style swordsmanship and has developed Rasengan. At this time, Li Feng is teaching Minato how to learn Rasengan. You first control chakra to rotate in this water ball, and break the water ball. Li Feng directly copied what Jiraiya taught Naruto in the original work. Minato was confused as to why he practiced ninjutsu like this, but he still did what Li Feng said. Minato uses chakra to turn the water in the balloon and tries to pop it. However, no matter how Minato circulated the chakra, the water balloon was not broken. Just when Minato was at the peak of his training, an Anbu ninja appeared in front of Li Feng and Minato. Uchiha Li Feng, Namikaze Minato, go to the Hokage building immediately. Lord Hokage summons you. After the Anbu ninja finished speaking, he disappeared here. Master Hokage is looking for us. Minato was confused as to why Hokage was looking for them at this time. Could it be that we are about to go to the battlefield? With some uneasiness, Minato and Li Feng came to the Hokage office. Yoshimaru has been waiting here for a long time. In the past 3 days, he has been studying in the Akamiki clan's clan and the seniors in the clan. Here we come, Li Feng, Minato. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the people in front of him kindly. Lord Hokage, Li Feng and Minato saluted Sarutobi Hiruzen. Haha, no need to be polite. Sarutobi Hiruzen waved his hand. I called you here this time to introduce you to a new acting captain. During this period, he will lead you to perform tasks and guide you in your training. Sarutobi Hiruzen got down to business directly. So that's it. Minato felt a little more relaxed. Although he knew that going to the battlefield was inevitable, he was still a little nervous. Li Feng, Minato, you have also met this acting captain. After Sarutobi Hiruzen finished speaking, a tall figure with white hair pushed the door open and entered. Tsukumo Senpai. Li Feng was slightly shocked. He didn't expect that the acting captain Sarutobi Hiruzen prepared for them turned out to be Hataki Tsukumo, the captain of Anbu. Hataki Tsukumo nodded to Li Feng, and then said, from today on, I will replace Jiraiya and lead your 3-person team. Tsukumo is very strong. I believe that under his guidance, you can make greater progress. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, stroking the goatee on his chin. Yes, Master Hokage, we will definitely follow Tsukumo-senpai to practice hard. Li Feng was a little excited. Hataki Tsukumo can be said to be the strongest person in Konoha's sword skills, and his own sword skills will definitely speed up with his help. Promote. As long as you have this determination, I won't delay you. Let's get to know each other. So, Hataki Tsukumo took Li Feng and the other 3 to the training ground. Li Feng, have you started practicing sword skills? Hataki noticed the Kusanagi sword on Li Feng's waist at this time. Yes, Tsukumo-senpai, if possible, I would like to ask you to teach me my sword skills. Li Feng still has great respect for the man who is closest to Hokage. In that case, let's draw the sword. Let me see how much your sword skills are. Hataki Tsukumo didn't say much and directly pulled out the white fang short sword from behind. Minato and Yoshimaru's eyebrows are jumping wildly. Are they going to start sparring now? Li Feng grinned and drew out his own sword, Tianbulujian, with his backhand. This is Li Feng's first attempt to fight against a strong player like Hataki Tsukumo. Senior Tsukumo, please teach me. Li Feng was holding the Kusanagi sword and rushed towards Hataki Tsukumo like an arrow from the string. The speed is pretty good. Hataki Tsukumo praised without hesitation. Li Feng's speed is already considered fast compared to many people, but he still falls short in front of Hataki Tsukumo. Uchiha-style sword leaping flame. The Kusanagi sword in Li Feng's hand instantly ignited with scorching fire, and he struck Hataki Tsukumo from the bottom up. Oh, are you practicing Uchiha-style swordsmanship? Hataki Tsukumo said. The white fang short sword in his hand had already struck the Kusanagi sword, and Li Fang's sword was easily resolved by him. Yes, I am currently majoring in Uchiha-style swordsmanship. After being defused by Hataki Tsukumo, Li Fang quickly retreated and answered Hataki Tsukumo's question. But I will create my own path in the future. Li Fang added. Yes, in terms of swordsmanship, the one who belongs to you is the strongest. Hataki Tsukumo agreed with Li Fang's words. What he once used was the family swordsmanship of his Hataki clan. But later, he opened up another path and created his own White Fang swordsmanship, which is many times stronger than the family swordsmanship of the Hataki clan. But it's not enough to just say it. Your attainments in swordsmanship must be at the pinnacle. Hataki Tsukumo finished his words and had already begun to take the initiative to attack. Li Fang's two Magatama Sharingan automatically opened under Hataki Tsukumo's strong pressure, and the two black Magatama quickly rotated in his pupils. Can't see clearly. Even if Li Fang turned on Sharingan, he couldn't clearly see Hataki Tsukumo's movements. The next second, Li Fang felt unprecedented pressure. At this time, he felt as if he was facing a prehistoric beast. When the fighting instinct made Li Fang hold the knife in both hands and raise it to his chest, blocking Hataki Tsukumo's casual knife. Since you can block my sword, it means that you do have talent in swordsmanship, but your combat skills in swordsmanship are not up to par. Hataki Tsukumo has stopped. In these 3 or 2 exchanges, he has already seen that Li Fang all questions regarding knife skills. This is the gap in strength. The two swords have already seen through Li Fang. If you continue to beat me, you will be bullying a child. Tsukumo-senpai, it's really scary. Li Fang was convinced and sheathed the Kusanagi sword with trembling hands. After blocking Hataki Tsukumo's sword, Li Fang's tiger's mouth was in severe pain from his powerful force. Believe in yourself, one day you will reach this level. Hataki Tsukumo put the white fang back into the scabbard on his back. Li Fang, how are you? Minato came to Li Fang, patted Li Fang on the shoulder and asked. Li Fang knew that Minato was asking him how strong Hataki Tsukumo was. If Senior Tsukumo wants to kill us, it will only be a matter of one man and one sword. We won't even have a chance to fight back. Li Fang definitely did not exaggerate at all. Hataki Tsukumo's strength is really so terrifying. Minato was also shocked. He thought he could tangle with an ordinary Jonin for a while, but according to Li Fang, he was actually killed by Hataki Tsukumo with a single knife. Then how strong should Hataki Tsukumo be? Well, now that I have become your acting captain, I have to fulfill certain responsibilities. Hataki Tsukumo said to everyone this time. Perform tasks. I won't do any tasks below B level. It's all up to you to complete. And I won't share the commission for the tasks. For missions above a level, I will ensure your safety and the completion of the mission. If you have any training problems, you can come to the Hataki tribe to see me. After becoming your acting captain, I will not return to Anbu for the time being. After Hataki Tsukumo left, Yoshimaru returned to the clan to practice, and Minato also left to practice Rasengan. Li Fang, on the other hand, stayed at the training ground to practice swordsmanship. Now he decided to put aside the training of fire-style ninjutsu for a while. After all, although he now has double chakra, he cannot always rely on ninjutsu to fight, otherwise even the double chakra will be exhausted quickly. Sword skills do not consume much chakra, and are very practical. Li Fang feels that he does not need to practice Uchiha-style swordsmanship to the end, and the lightning-style Chidori sword may be more suitable for him. As long as he could master the Uchiha sword technique as a guarantee, he began to practice the Chidori sword. Li Fang has been practicing all day long, and his clothes have been soaked with sweat. In the corner of the training ground, a white figure secretly observed Li Fang's practice and nodded appreciatively. You are really hardworking and talented. It would be great if you were a child of my Hataki family. Hataki Tsukumo muttered and disappeared. But Li Fang never discovered it from beginning to end. It's getting dark, go and treat yourself to a bowl of ramen. Li Fang sheathed her knife and hummed a tune before heading to Ichiraku Ramen. Although eating barbecue is not a luxury for him, Li Fang just likes to have a comfortable bowl of Ichiraku Ramen. As soon as he entered the store, a blonde figure was sitting there eating ramen with his back to him. Minato, why don't you ask me to eat ramen with you? Li Feng slapped Minato on the shoulder and sat next to him. PFF'd. Minato almost spit out the ramen in his mouth when he slapped her like this. Ahem, Li Feng, it's because your house has no lights on, and I don't know where you practice. Minato coughed twice and said to Li Feng in embarrassment. Forget it, Uncle Shuda, let's have a bowl of barbecued pork ramen. Good. There was the sound of beating hands in the kitchen, and Li Feng sat at the table and waited. Minato ate noodles much slower and started chatting with Li Feng. By the way, Li Feng, I can break the water balloon. You haven't told me the next steps yet. It's pretty fast. The next step is of course the rubber balls. I still have some left over from training. I'll get them for you tomorrow. Haha, I just saved the money and bought it again. Here comes the ramen. At this time, Shuda came up with a bowl of hot ramen and placed it in front of Li Feng. Li Feng was already hungry, so he picked up his chopsticks and started to slurp the noodles. Speaking of which, Li Feng, I don't think I've seen Kushina in the past few days. Minato was eating the noodles absent-mindedly. Kushina's Tiantian, if you want to see her, just go to her house and look for her. Li Feng was a little speechless. Huh, that's so inappropriate. Minato scratched his head in embarrassment. The two finished eating the noodles and walked on the deserted street. It's very remote here, and it's late at night, so you can't even see a wild cat. Minato suddenly stopped while walking. Why don't you leave? Li Feng looked back at Minato, wondering about his sudden stop. Li Feng, wait. Minato knelt down and picked up something from the ground. Li Feng, come and take a look. This. Minato showed Li Feng what he had in his hand. What? Let me take a look. Li Feng walked up to Minato and looked at the thing in his hand. This. The thing in Minato's hand was a long red hair. In such a big Konoha village, there is only one red-haired person. Uzumaki Kushina. Thinking about the current timeline, that is to say, Kushina was captured by the people of Cloud Shinobi Village. Li Feng, let's go. Kushina must be in danger. Minato was very anxious and quickly looked around for other hair to determine the direction. Kushina usually takes good care of her hair. So Minato concluded that Kushina must be in danger, so he pulled off his hair to leave a clue. Sure enough, there is one here. Minato found another hair not far ahead. It's in this direction. It's too late to call for help. Li Feng, let's chase him. Minato couldn't care anymore, so he grabbed Li Feng and chased in that direction. The Cloud Shinobi battlefield is about to open again. Li Feng thought in his mind as he galloped in the direction where Kushina left his hair. Cloud Shinobi Village took advantage of the fact that they entered the village to sign the truce agreement and captured Kushina. Then the truce agreement will definitely be invalidated, and Konoha and Cloud Shinobi will start a war again. The hands on Konoha's side are getting tighter and tighter. Li Feng and Minato chased her into a forest, then slowed down to hide their presence while looking for Kushina. Li Feng has also turned on Sharingan to see more clearly at night. Over there, Li Feng pointed in the distance and shouted in a low voice as he quickly approached that direction. Minato looked determined and followed quickly. Afterwards, the two hid in the tree and watched the three Cloud Shinobi slowly leaving with Kushina on the ground in front of them. Minato, I'll take care of the two at the back. You go and take care of the Cloud Shinobi with Kushina, and then save Kushina. Li Feng quickly divided the work and put his hand on the handle of the knife. Of course, things like flirting with girls under the moon should be left to this guy Minato. Good. As Minato nodded, the two of them moved in different directions without any movement. Li Feng shuttled covertly between trees, his blood-red eyes staring at Cloud Shinobi at the back. When Cloud Shinobi glanced back and then turned back, Li Feng jumped down with a knife and sealed Cloud Shinobi's throat with one knife. Cloud Shinobi wanted to remind his companions in front of him, but he couldn't make any sound. At the same time, he couldn't exert any strength, and he could only feel the passage of his life. Li Feng caught Cloud Shinobi's fallen body and gently placed it on the ground. After taking care of the Cloud Shinobi behind him, Li Feng glanced at Minato hiding in the tree. After seeing Minato nod, Li Feng rushed directly towards the second Cloud Shinobi. At the same time, Minato had also jumped down from the tree, and his target was Cloud Shinobi who was guarding Kushina. PFF'd. Bang, bang, two different voices sounded. The Kusanagi sword in Li Feng's hand had pierced the heart of the second Cloud Shinobi, and Minato also knocked Cloud Shinobi unconscious with 3 punches and 2 kicks. Why are these Cloud Shinobi so rubbish? Li Feng didn't understand why Hokage would send these rubbish to carry out the kidnapping of Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Is Sarutobi Hiruzen, who is too strong, not allowed to enter Konoha? Li Feng and Minato have already eliminated Cloud Shinobi, while Kushina is still walking ahead numbly. Minato threw away Cloud Shinobi, who was knocked unconscious by him, and jumped in front of Kushina. You're not hurt, are you? Hearing Minato's concern, Kushina looked up tiredly. I'm here to save you. Minato smiled. A relaxed smile appeared on Kushina's face, but the next second her body fell uncontrollably. Upon seeing this, Minato rushed over and hugged Kushina. Then he wanted to hug the princess. Wait, Kushina's face turned red instantly. But Minato didn't care so much, and directly picked up Princess Kushina, and then jumped up. From Li Feng's perspective on the ground, Minato holding Kushina was right in the center of the full moon. How dare Cloud Shinobi take the opportunity to kidnap Kushina? In Hokage's office, Sarutobi Hiruzen was so angry that he punched his desk, shaking the documents on the desk. Li Feng, Minato, you two did a good job on this matter. Sarutobi Hiruzen breathed a long sigh of relief, calmed down and praised Li Feng and Minato in front of him. Rescuing Kushina this time will be counted as 3A level military exploits for you two. If there is anything else you want, you can tell me. Every 5A level military exploits is equivalent to 1S level military exploit. And after accumulating 3S level military exploits, you will get an opportunity to observe the sealed book. Master Hokage, there is nothing I want. Li Feng is already full with what he got now, and he can't eat any more. Hokage-sama, as long as Kushina is safe and okay. Minato didn't ask for anything else. Among the Cloud Shinobi who kidnapped Kushina, one was left alive, right? Yes, Hokage-sama. Anbu, Sarutobi Hiruzen shouted, and an Anbu wearing a monkey mask appeared in Hokage's office. Put that Cloud Shinobi in jail. Maybe he can use it later. Yes, Anbu went to do it immediately. I originally thought that the Cloud Shinobi battlefield would end temporarily, but now the war will probably start again. Sarutobi Hiruzen began to worry again. Although this time it was Cloud Shinobi who broke the truce and kidnapped Kushina, Sarutobi Hiruzen knew that Cloud Shinobi would definitely demand compensation for Konoha's assassination of the Cloud Shinobi envoy or directly provoke a war. With the current situation in Konoha, it is of course impossible to compensate Cloud Shinobi. Sarutobi Hiruzen wants to use the imprisoned Cloud Shinobi to rebel against the general army, relying on the Yuhi clan's Genjutsu or Uchiha's Sharingan. But Sarutobi Hiruzen feels that Cloud Shinobi will most likely refuse to admit it, so the final result will still be war. In other words, people of your generation will have to go to the battlefield recently. Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed, somewhat reluctantly. Originally, I planned to let you go to the battlefield later to experience. After all, the battlefield is more dangerous. But now there is another battlefield, so fresh blood must be sent to the battlefield. Kids, I hope you understand me. We understand, Hokage-sama. Minato's voice was firm, and he was ready to devote himself to Konoha. Don't worry, Master Hokage, we will definitely fight hard to kill the enemy on the battlefield. Li Feng has long been unable to restrain his desire to go to the battlefield. Ha ha ha, okay, you are the future of Konoha. I hope that after us old guys, you can carry the banner of Konoha. Sarutobi Hiruzen's mood improved, and Li Feng and Minato became more and more pleasing to the eye. Okay, you go back first, I will deal with the Cloud Shinobi messenger. Okay, Sir Hokage, you are busy. Li Feng and Minato immediately left the Hokage building. Minato, practice Rasengan more quickly. This ninjutsu will definitely become your enemy-killing weapon on the battlefield. Li Feng said to Minato after leaving the Hokage building. Several of Minato's wind-style ninjutsu are not lethal enough, but Great Breakthrough and Gale Palm are more supportive in nature. After mastering the Rasengan, you can kill Jonin whenever you find the opportunity. I will definitely master this ninjutsu before going to the battlefield. Minato nodded firmly and confidently. Li Feng, I've always heard you say this technique is very powerful, but why haven't I seen you use it before? The Rasengan ninjutsu. Minato only heard from Li Feng that it was an A-level Muji ninjutsu with extraordinary destructive power. But in fact, he never saw Li Feng demonstrate it to him. I just trust Li Feng very much. Then come with me and I'll show you something. Li Feng said and took Minato to the remote woods. Things in the training ground cannot be destroyed casually, including trees. So I had to come to the woods to demonstrate to Minato. Watch it. Li Feng stood in front of a tree and began to flow chakra in his hands. In less than a second, a high-speed rotating blue chakra ball is formed. Rasengan. Li Feng pressed Rasengan against the tree trunk, and the place where Rasengan came into contact instantly turned into powder. When Li Feng dissipated the Rasengan in his hand, a circular hole appeared in the tree trunk where Li Feng attacked. Don't look at it. Rasengan only destroyed this part of the tree trunk. This is because its chakra does not spread, but remains concentrated in the hand. This ninjutsu. Minato's eyes lit up. He could also see that this Rasengan was really powerful. If Li Feng had pressed him just now, Minato would have been ready to reincarnate. Li Feng, I will definitely work hard to practice Rasengan. Well, you don't have to do anything else now, just refine chakra and practice Rasengan. Minato is not like Li Feng, who needs to practice a lot. Sharingan, swordsmanship, fire style, lightning style, Rasengan. His innate chakra attribute is only the wind attribute, and does not have any blood inheritance limit. Now that he has mastered several wind-style ninjutsu, his focus now only needs to be on Rasengan. Since he couldn't sleep now, Minato simply started to practice Rasengan with his bare hands, without using a rubber ball. Li Feng ran to the side and continued to practice Uchiha swordsmanship. He must make his sword a nightmare for enemy ninjas. While Li Feng and Minato were practicing, an uninvited guest appeared in Hokage's office. Sarutobi Hiruzen was thinking hard about Cloud Shinobi, and he couldn't help but feel a little annoyed when he heard someone pushing the door open directly. Don't you know how to knock on the door first? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked up and saw that the person in front of him was just as he expected. Shimura Danzo. Hiruzen, I heard that Cloud Shinobi captured Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Danzo ignored Sarutobi Hiruzen's scolding and asked him with a smile. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face darkened. This old boy came to see his joke. Jinchuriki was caught on his own property. Something like this really embarrassed him. But when Kushina was captured, he was busy processing documents from the battlefield and had no time to see Kushina. Cloud Shinobi didn't succeed. Kushina was rescued by my people. Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a calm expression that Li Feng and Minato were his people. HMPH, if those two brats hadn't happened to meet each other, Nine Tails would really have been captured by Cloud Shinobi. Danzo snorted coldly and began to blame Sarutobi Hiruzen. Hiruzen, let me do the work of protecting Nine Tails. At the root, Nine Tails will definitely not go wrong. Danzo revealed his fox tail at this time. Sarutobi Hiruzen had expected this and refused directly. Kushina is not suitable to stay at the root, so you should not have any ideas about her. Hiruzen, what will happen next time Nine Tails is kidnapped? You. Danzo, I am the Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen slammed the table and stood up. Hiruzen, you. You are very good, you will regret it. Danzo was also furious, flicked his sleeves and left here. Danzo has crossed the line. After Danzo left, Sarutobi Hiruzen sat on a chair, picked up his pipe, lit it and took 2 puffs. As Kushina of Nine Tails Jinchuriki, there is no way he would leave it to Danzo. There are also Li Feng and Minato, and Danzo doesn't seem to want to give up yet. Sometimes, Sarutobi Hiruzen really wants to destroy Danzo. However, the two have known each other for decades and are both students of second Hokage Senju Tobarama. This friendship makes Sarutobi Hiruzen unable to take action. Besides, Danzo has paid a lot for Konoha over the years, but Sarutobi Hiruzen still turns a blind eye to many things. But he still has a bottom line. People on his side, including Kushina, will not leave it to Danzo no matter what Danzo says. Danzo's cultivation tools are still very capable. Sarutobi Hiruzen believes that as long as Li Feng or Minato enters the route, they will no longer obey his orders soon. Well, Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed. He really felt tired at this moment. I hope Li Feng and Minato can grow up faster so that I can hold Danzo firmly. As for Kushina, Sarutobi Hiruzen originally thought that she had done a good job in keeping her identity secret, and wanted her to go to the battlefield to adapt to the cruelty of war. But now that Cloud Shinobi knows Kushina's identity, don't the other shinobi villages know anything about it? Rock Shinobi's old boy Onoki is much more sophisticated than Third Raikage. Since Third Raikage has this information, doesn't Onoki know about it? It seems that it is safer to keep Kushina in Konoha, at least until Kushina has the strength to face cage level. The next morning, as Minato was preparing to go out to practice, a very surprising person came to his door. Kushina. Minato's face was full of joy. Kushina actually came to him. Well, Minato, thank you and Uchiha Leang for saving me yesterday. I was really helpless at that time. Kushina expressed her sincere thanks to Minato. In the past, he found this fool blonde boy disgusting, but now her feelings about Minato have completely changed. The torn red hair was her last hope, and Minato really found and saved her by relying on the hair she had left. It's okay Kushina, we are all compatriots. Since you are in danger, we will definitely do our best to save you. Minato's smile made Kushina feel very warm at this moment. Fortunately, you had the wisdom to leave your hair, otherwise I wouldn't be able to find you. Minato continued, your red hair is very beautiful, and it caught my attention the first time you were on the ground. Hearing what Minato said, Kushina's pretty face suddenly turned red. When she was in ninja school, everyone called her a tomato and regarded her with red hair as a freak. After she silenced them through violence, she was given the title of Bloody Chili Pepper. Minato, on the other hand, was the first one to say that her hair was beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Kushina always felt that her red hair was beautiful, and now someone finally recognized her. By the way Kushina, why did Cloud Shinobi kidnap you? Minato also asked his doubts at this time. He certainly doesn't know the identity of Kushina Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, and Sarutobi Hiruzen has no plans to tell them yet. Kushina hesitated to speak. She was afraid that Minato would be afraid of her and alienate her if he found out that he was a Jinchuriki and a monster. Minato is the first peer who is willing to accept her. Moreover, Hokage and Grandma Mito both told her not to tell anyone her identity as Jinchuriki. Forget it, don't say it if you don't want to say it. Minato saw Kushina's inner struggle, everyone has their own secrets, right? Well, Minato, thank you, I will tell you when I have the opportunity in the future. Kushina now feels that it feels so good to be with Minato. Minato, can you take me to Uchiha Leang? I have to thank him too. Of course, Leang also worked hard yesterday. No need, it's just a piece of cake. A familiar voice came into Minato's ears, and both he and Kushina looked in that direction. Leang, dressed in black with a kusanagi sword tied around his waist, was seen leaning against the wall not far away. He heard what Minato and Kushina said just now. Saving Kushina is something that must be done. Without Jinchuriki, Konoha's deterrence to other ninja villages will be greatly reduced. No matter what, Leang, I have to thank you. Kushina changed her usual temper and thanked the two of them again. Okay Kushina, we are not strangers, there is no need to be so polite. Minato said gently to Kushina. Leang, are you here to practice with me? Minato asked Leang again. Yeah, I have to help you master Rasengan as soon as possible. Leang took out a rubber ball and weighed it in his hand. Kushina, Leang and I are going to practice. Do you want to come with us? Minato invited Kushina. No, Master Hokage found me a sealing technique teacher to teach me the sealing technique. Kushina waved her hand hurriedly. I'm leaving first, thank you. Then, Kushina turned around and left. At the same time, there was a faint movement from the eaves, but it happened to be captured by Leang. He looked up and vaguely saw Anbu wearing a cat mask following Kushina in the direction he left. This must be Anbu arranged by Hokage to secretly protect Kushina. With the lessons learned last night, Sarutobi Hiruzen will definitely increase his protection of Kushina. As for whether this is a rude person, Leang thinks there is a high probability that it is not. Although Danzo had previously sent a route to take him and Minato away by force, he did not dare to take Kushina away by force. If Sarutobi Hiruzen found out that he forcibly took Nine-Tails Jinchuriki away, then there would be no need for his roots to exist. The positions of Hokage assistant and elder may not be preserved either. Minato looked at the direction Kushina left and didn't come back to his senses for a long time. My eyes almost popped out. Li Feng's words brought Minato back to reality. Ah, is there any? Minato smiled awkwardly. Let's go, practice quickly. Good. After locking the door, Minato and Li Feng headed to the woods together. The two of them have to practice like crazy these days because the day to go to the battlefield is coming soon. Li Feng must master Uchiha-style swordsmanship before then. In the morning I practiced according to the scrolls, and in the afternoon I went to the Hataki tribe to seek advice from Hataki Sakumo. Minato, on the other hand, is dedicated to practicing Rasengan. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.